At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
An ice dam is a ridge of ice that forms at the edge of a roof and prevents melting snow from draining off the roof. The water that backs up behind the dam can leak into a home and cause damage to walls, ceilings, insulation, and other areas. This is Beth with Service Master by Hyatt. We can work with your insurance company to restore your property from damages caused by ice dams. Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Hyatt today, 877-945-0993.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Get your vehicle ready for whatever Minnesota weather throws at you next. Valley Auto House is a full automotive repair shop, collision center, and AAA towing facility. We service all makes and models from full-size diesel trucks to passenger cars. Serving the people of Northfield is our number one goal. We do that by offering quick repairs, fair prices, and efficient communication from the time you walk in the door to when we hand you your keys back. Go Raiders! From all of us at Valley Auto House, located on Highway 3 South in Northfield. Open 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And find us at valleyautohouse.net.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Northfield Ice Arena. You're listening to Raider Hockey on KYMN 95.1 The One and AM 1080. And we're streaming live here at NorthfieldLive.com. A special hello to all of our fans listening to around the world on NorthfieldLive.com. With me this evening will be Gordon Moore, my play-by-play, and hostess with the mostest, Joey Hudson, who will do our production, and Howie Reister will be on camera. So if anything's all jittery and goofy and out of focus, it's because of Howie over there.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with us.
Welcome, everyone. The 11-1-2 Raiders take on the 3-13 Red Wingers. Raiders obviously state-bound last year, lost to 0-0 in that first and opening round in overtime. They've beat them this year. These guys are on a mission. They want to win. They want to go to state. They want to repeat. They want to be standing on the trophy, standing on the platform, getting that trophy this year. They are determined. They are destined. But this is a conference matchup in the Big Nine. It's worth 4 points because they only play them once this year. It's important for seedings. So, and it's always a good rivalry between Red Wing, regardless of the situation.
Absolutely. The Raiders need to take care of business tonight, Jimmy, and ignore the lofty rankings. I know they're like third in the state at Class A QRF and ranked high, but you know, there's a Red Wing team here that showed some spark the last few games. I think they tied Mankato West 2-2. And so, yeah, if you don't show up, if you get sloppy penalties, you know, you can turn something into a not-so-great experience. So, you know, the Raiders are on a 5-game winning streak here, doing quite well in conference play. I think it's about taking care of the small things, and the result hopefully will follow.
Well, and we'll talk to both Tony Kashi with the Red Wing Wingers and Mike Luckcraft, and a lot of the things that both the teams are saying the same thing. Last game against Mayo, the Raiders were up, had a nice commanding lead. They go into the third period, and they just start penalizing, and they had 4 penalties in that third period. I mean, that's when you talk about taking care of the little things and the sloppiness. If you get on a team that gets hot, when you know, if their power play gets fired up, even though Red Wings power play is about 14.5%, but still, you don't want to give them any opportunity to get ahead.
We saw that here last year. Remember the John Marshall game? I mean, you can turn a game that should be a winnable game into more than you'd like with some bad decisions. And yeah, I mean, Mayo's won one game I think in the conference, maybe one game. Yeah, they're 1-14. So Mayo's really having a down year, and that was only a 4-0 win. With, as you say, a number of penalties in the third period. So I would think the coach here is looking to just settle things down and, avoid the box, avoid injuries, take care of business. On the merits, on the strength of schedule, on the paper, Northfield is a decided favorite in this game. No question about that. But in the Big Nine, strange things can happen. And it's all about taking care of the little things and doing what you need to do to I think, set the tone early, get up, maybe get some kids some ice time that aren't seeing it all that much.
Well, I do know that Red Wing does come off of that tie. Their last victory was December 28th. So that gave them a little bit of spark the other night, tying Mankato. So, you know what? That could be a confidence booster all in itself. It's a conference matchup. It is a rivalry. So, they're only 20 miles, 25 miles away or something like that. So they are, in the years past, this has always been a really good matchup. So tonight is going to be no different. I don't believe so. I believe the energy is going to be high on both sides. I'm looking forward to a good match.
I am too. We have a nice crowd out here too. Really glad to see that on a nice chilly evening here in Northfield at the Northfield Ice Arena, and looking forward to it, Jimmy. Should be a great game.
It should indeed. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to catch up to our coaches' interviews. We'll talk to Kashi. We'll talk to Gordon. I am talking to Gordon Moore. We'll talk to Mike Lutcraft after this. You're listening to Raider Hockey at 95.1 The One KYMN and AM 1080, streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be right back.
At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Burst pipe or water damage? No problem. Call the experts at Service Master by Ayat. Hi, this is Beth Ayat. Our staff is trained and certified to assist you with any water damage after a burst pipe or leaky water. Locally owned since 1995, Service Master by Ayat will be there in your time of need.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
KYMN Radio 95 to 1 has been serving the Northfield area since 1968, delivering local news, weather, and sports every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Whether it's 95.1 FM, AM 1080, or online at kymnradio.net, we'll keep you up to date with the latest happenings and events in Northfield and the surrounding area. And be sure to follow us on social media too. KYMN 95 to 1, we're all things Northfield.
Starting the home building process is challenging and it can be overwhelming at times. That's why Schmidt Homes has a plethora of 1 to 2 story floor plans to help you get started. Their vast options feature a wide range of square footage, design styles, bedroom, and bathroom count. Their dedicated team will work with you every step of the way to turn your dream home into a reality. When you're ready to start your next project, be sure to check out Schmidt Homes' beautiful and regularly updated showroom for inspiration. Don't wait to start building your dream home. Learn more at schmidthomes.com.
A health savings account from Community Resource Bank can help you save money on medical expenses when used in conjunction with a qualifying high-deductible health plan. And HSA offers the return of a savings account with the convenience of checking, all while earning a competitive interest rate. Stop by one of our locations or visit crb.bank to learn more. Community Resource Bank, Let's bank together. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The Northfield Ice Arena, Jimmy along with Gordon on the call this evening, and we're talking about the Red Wing Wingers taking on the Northfield Raiders, and of course for Red Wing, Landon Ramsden, Nicholas Wooden, and Ethan Anderson are the top performers for them, and of course you've heard our band of brothers over here, Geiger, Munson, and Kaiser, and they kind of spread things around. We got Cashin, Canelli, Winter, Geiger. I mean, we got some people that they get the puck around and they get people all involved into the scoring. So they try to do that as much as they can here with Red Wing as well. Again, they're not really a senior-loaded team. They're not a real young team. They're kind of in the middle, but, they are going to have a full team tonight because of their bantam schedule, but reality is they're opening lines and stuff like that. They are going to try to run 4 lines, and I know that on that 4th line, that's going to be a continuous rotation all evening.
Yeah, I think if you look at the scoring numbers, Jimmy, the first line of Red Wing, they've got some kids that can put the puck in the net. That group that you mentioned of Ramsted, Wooden, and Anderson, all solid. I think that the depth the Raiders throw out there is likely to take its toll at some point in time. The Raiders roll 3 lines continuously, and tonight I would expect you'd see 4th line guys out there as well.
And we'll see if Ty Frank is back in the lineup tonight. He should be on the first line tonight on defense, so we'll see how Ty holds up tonight as well. Tonight's coaches' interviews are going to be brought to you by your hometown credit union, serving 26 countries in southern Minnesota. They have 2 locations in Owatonna, 1 in Faribault, and 1 in Northfield. Let's see what head coach Tony Kashi from the Red Wing Wingers has to say about his team this evening.
Head coach for the Red Wing Wingers is Tony Kashi. He joins us, 6th-year head coach. We're about 3/4 of the way through the season. You've got 3 wins, probably not the way you scripted it at the beginning of the year. However, what do you like so far about your team this year?
Yeah, I would say ever since that second week in December, I think we've really bought into a system that works for our team. It took us a little while to get going. A lot of the games are close that we've been playing in, and some of them got away from us. I think we've been coming together as a team each week, and it's really kind of culminated to this week. And we're got 3-4 lines that are really working hard and working off each other, and struggling to find the net a little bit. But other than that, I feel like the guys are always in great spirits and a lot of fun to coach.
Well, you tied against Mankato West, your last victory coming back on December 28th. You know who you're playing tonight. You've seen this front line for years and years and years. You're very familiar with who those guys are. From a standpoint of what you want to accomplish tonight in order to combat that front line and to maybe be successful against the Raiders this evening, what are you going to tell your guys?
Yeah, first one is we got to stay out of the box. Their top unit on the power play is running at more than 30% right now. So it's if we have more than 2 or 3 penalties throughout the game, that could get messy real quick. So that's the first thing. Then second thing, we're going to be trying to keep our third forward high as much as possible, clog in the neutral zone, trying to slow them down as much as we can, and really playing tight defense, which that's what we've done last 2 games. We've really tightened up our team defense, not relying on a whole lot, and been a huge problem early on in the season, getting 3 guys on the boards and giving up a lot of space in our own zone, and we fixed that problem. So, kind of keep working off of each other, getting the breakouts and the puck up the ice a little bit. But no, really just that having a disciplined game, staying out of the box and keeping that third forward high and making sure that we have 3 guys back when they're coming up the ice is our focus tonight.
How do you keep the spirits up?
Well, the tie on Tuesday was a little bittersweet, right? But with us not finding the win column lately, it's actually been a little bit of a confidence boost for us. So guys are raring to go. We do have pretty big next man up mentality this year, and that's kind of motivated the guys throughout the season so far, and probably see a little bit more of that tonight.
Well, you did say that you're going to have 4 lines out tonight, so you've got some help because you don't have a Bantam team this year.
Right, yeah. Most of our JV guys are all 8th and 9th graders that should be on a Bantam team right now, and they've really been developing. But, we got a full squad of 39, 40 guys, not too many guys trading in between varsity and JV. And we have our guys, and really fresh. We don't drop off a whole lot from third and fourth, so we're pretty comfortable playing all four of them, and that's kind of helped us stay in these games, especially against last couple ones that we're able to come back a little bit more in the third period when we're a little bit more fresh than the other team. So going to lean on that a little bit too, but we have to keep it close the whole. If we weather the storm through the first half, hopefully we'll keep it close the rest of the game.
Already head coach for the Red Wing, Tony Kashi. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, we'll have more of Raider hockey coming up for you here. We'll just take a short break and we'll come back and talk to Mike Lovecraft. You're listening to Raider Hockey on KYMN 95.1 The One and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Hometown Credit Union is proud to call Northfield and Dundas home. We offer a variety of loan options, checking, savings, and credit card accounts with a focus on financial wellness and member advocacy. You belong at Hometown Credit Union. Learn more at hometowncu.coop.
And just like anything when you do in a pregame interview, there's always somebody chattering in the background wanting to get on radio or something. I'm not sure. But anyhow, Kashi, said it best. They're excited about that tie that they had the other night, and the boys are confident. So we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, they've got an interesting situation there without a Bantam team. They got a lot of youth that are part of the JV varsity program in Red Wing, and so they've got to find some holes to fill there. Looking at that tie though, I mean, Mankato West is 3-3 in the conference with 2 ties, so that was a nice tie for them. The Raiders are obviously coming off of some really nice wins. That win over Owatonna was obviously a real big one, and looking forward to the conference. But some big games coming up here, and it'd be really good to keep that winning streak going tonight for the Raiders as they head into what I think is going to be the real heart of their schedule here in the conference, coming up here with games against Rochester Century and Owatonna again, and East and West. So.
Well, they're going to need 4 points tonight. So this is worth a 4-point matchup tonight. So they got to come out of the chute, they got to come out of the gate, and they got to come out to play. And I think that's kind of the message that Mike Lovecraft is going to tell them this evening. We caught up with Mike just before the game. Now joining us this evening is head coach for the Northfield Raiders, Mike Lovecraft. Mike, you got 9 wins on the season. You guys got some big aspirations, and so far, so good, right? You got a couple of ties. You've been coming off of some really nice victories. You had a 4-0 victory against Rochester the other night, but you had 4 penalties in the third period. That had to concern you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's accidental. Kid reaches the stick out, gets a trip. And it was more of that. It wasn't the retaliation type stuff. Unfortunately, it put us shorthanded 5-on-3 for about 4 minutes in the third period. So we were able to stave it off. It's probably good practice, but not ideal. When you're up in a game kind of midway through the third or late in the third, you want to keep those penalties to a minimum. So good win, but still some of those things to work on as we go forward.
So how do you keep them from making those mistakes tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's anything more than a message, just about, being a little bit conscientious. It was some angling issues. We came straight at guys instead of getting, in the right body position to angle a guy off. You reach out, all of a sudden you trip a guy. I think 3 of them were tripping. So, that incidental stuff, but there's a way to play around that, just not putting yourself in that position. So hopefully we can avoid that tonight.
Well, you are taking on a 3-win Red Wing team, and we do know that it's been a struggle for them. They haven't had a victory since December. Obviously, you should never overlook a team, and the guys need to be focused if they want to be competitive.
Yeah, 100%. This has been a huge rivalry for years. Red Wing Northfield is one of those classic rivalries. So even though it was, probably more highly contested, a few years ago, they're going to play hard, and just like Mayo did, right? You can't look at a team's record and decide on how the game is going to play. So we're going to come out with the same method we've come out with. Try to play hard, try to move the puck, use the points where we have an opportunity, work hard in front of the net. The simple parts of the game that sometimes can get overlooked in a high school game. And ultimately, as you said earlier, stay out of the box. When you are probably the most skilled team, there's no sense in playing 4-on-5. So if we can, take advantage of our opportunities, and when we get power play opportunities, be sharp. But ultimately, I think it's going to come down to us just playing our game. And if we do, I think we'll have a great chance to win.
Do you say anything differently to the players? I mean, not that they're going to overlook it either, but do you say anything different tonight than you do any other night?
Well, one of the easy messages tonight is this is not only a conference game that's worth 4 points because we're only playing once, but it's a section seeding game. And you get into that room at the end of the year, and a lot of guys look at score comparisons, and how they've done against other teams in the section. Obviously, how you do against them really matters. So those things are critical parts of it. So we won't take it light. We're going to play our top guys, play as hard as we can, and hopefully we'll have the right outcome.
All right, Mike, appreciate your time. Have a good luck.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, that is the head coach of the Northfield Raiders hockey team. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get our starting lineups. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 The One. KYMN. Streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
If you could choose to make a positive difference in the lives of others just by where you choose to bank. When you bank with Hometown Credit Union, you are participating in a not-for-profit cooperative. We proudly reinvest into our communities through free financial education to people of all ages. We believe people can make better money decisions when equipped with the financial knowledge they need. Learn more about how you can join Hometown to make a difference and support our financial education outreach at www.hometowncu.coop.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
Don't let dry eye symptoms continue to get in the way of enjoying what your world has to offer. Although dry eye can be hard to treat and difficult to manage with over-the-counter eye drops, you're not out of options. River Valley Eye Professionals is very pleased to offer the OptiLight Intense Pulse Light Treatment, the first and only FDA-approved light-based treatment for dry eye. We're the only facility in the area with this technology and expertise to perform this amazing treatment. Find out more at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
Tootie in front of the goal. The shot, and a score! And he caught it! Touchdown, Geiger! How did he haul that in?
And she's going to go around the fence. She scores! Kayla Puppy!
Shot for three. That one is good. He nails another one. Moving slowly in. Tries to go to the backhand and scores! Andrew Winter on the penalty shot. Puts the Raiders up 1-0.
Sports has the best selection of merch for kids and adults alike, with Carlton, St. Olaf, and Raider hats, hoodies, and letter jackets. Champion Sports has it all. Champion Sports even offers custom printing for sports teams and businesses. Champion Sports has a good selection of sporting goods for hockey, baseball, swimming, lacrosse, and pickleball. Champion Sports has great shoe brands like Brooks and Adidas to give you that competitive edge. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to know when the latest gear is in stock. Gear up like a champion at Champion Sports.
And we're back here at the Northfield Ice Arena. Jimmy LaRue along with Gordon Moore. And tonight's coaches' interviews, we want to thank Mike Luckcraft and Tony Kashi, brought to you by the Hometown Credit Union, a non-for-profit cooperative owned by its members. And we're just a couple of seconds away. We'll have our national anthem and our starting lineups coming up in just a couple of minutes. But you kind of heard in and out some interference, obviously, in that interview. But Mike knows the importance of the game with 4 points on the line. He knows that these guys are focused. He wants them to be focused, and he obviously he's going to emphasize stay out of the box and let's not look past this game.
Yeah, the hallmark of championship teams, Jimmy, is taking care of business and doing the right things against all teams, not overlooking a team just because of a record. That comment was made, that's the kiss of death, to assume you've won the game based on the record going into it. And so I think the coach here really has done a nice job of preparing his kids. They haven't had that syndrome this year. I mean, the two ties in December were against AA teams in the cities. But, against these Big 9 teams, yeah, you're right. 4 points, that's a big night here.
It's going to be an interesting game. And, of course, the Raiders with 11 wins on the season with just that one loss and those two ties. 3-13-1 is Red Wing with their last game on Thursday night. They tied that with Mankato. So the players should be coming onto the ice here relatively shortly. And then what we'll do is we'll get our starting lineups going in our national anthem. And tonight's starting lineups are going to be brought to us by Ritchie Eye Clinic. And if you're interested in improving your vision, scheduling a free consultation at Ritchie Eye Clinic is a great first step. We do have the scorers table on there. We'll get those to do like I said, the opening lineups. And hopefully the teams will be entering onto the ice here very shortly, Gordon. And we'll get ready to play some hockey.
Yeah, we got the officials out. We're ready to go.
And here comes the players out onto the ice, and they will reset the clock, and then we'll have our starting lineups coming up here in just a minute. And, of course, the scorers table currently introducing the Northfield Raiders as they come onto the ice. And the ice is still drying up, if you will, as the Zamboni is left. And we get a fresh sheet of ice here this evening from the Northfield Ice Arena. Puck time 7:15. We're running a little bit late at 7:24. It just seems like no matter what you do, we always run about 10 minutes late with the boys team. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you didn't even have overtime on that JV game.
Exactly. So, again, they're lining up right now, and they'll get loaded up on the ice. The Raiders will be going from left to right, and Red Wing in their purple and white going from right to left in the first period. And it's time now for our starting lineups.
First for the Wingers, on defense, number 15, freshman Marshall Turner. The other defenseman, number 22, sophomore Marcus Finholt. Right wing, number 12, sophomore Ethan Anderson. Left wing, 25, senior Landon Ramstead. Center, number 24, senior Nick Wooden. And in goal, number 32, senior Ellis Petersmeyer. The head coach for the Wingers is Tony Cassie. The assistants are Zach Harding and Jack Struz. And now let's meet the lineup for your Northfield Raiders. In goal, number 31, senior Trayton Shimoda. On defense, number 7, senior Ty Frank. The other defenseman, number 24, senior Cooper Rand. Right wing, number 13, junior Will Cashin. Left wing, number 20, senior Caden Monson. And your center, number 9, sophomore Michael Stewart. Head coach of the Raiders is Mike Luckcraft. The assistant coaches are Scott Cloud and Charlie Cloud. Will you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem?
Well, there's your starting lineups for this evening, and of course brought to you by Ritchie Eye Clinic. If you're interested in improving your vision, scheduling a free consultation at Ritchie Eye Clinic is a great first step. I did not see number 12 introduced this evening, and I don't see him. I don't know if he's out for the night or what's going on. There's Kaiser. I see him. He's there. It's just interesting that we don't see him anywhere in that starting lineup.
It was the second line was introduced as the starting lineup. Yeah, it was with Michael Stewart centering Will Cashin and Caden Munson. Also great to see Ty Frank and Cooper Rand, Senior D, introduced. And tonight, Trey Shimoda getting the start in goal, which is good to see. Trey's got a 5-1-1 record this year with a 2.71 goals against average, 8.86 save percentage. So real solid play by Trey Shimoda, obviously the senior goaltender for the Raiders.
So yeah, it sounds like they're starting their second line here this evening. The Raiders are going to take on against the number one. I do believe the number one team here for Red Wing Wingers as we're about ready to get things underway here from the Northfield Ice Arena. 17 minutes on the clock. Their first period. And let's play hockey, boys and girls. Controlled by the Wingers on the face-off, but the Raiders knock it right back into their zone, and they'll pick it up and try to retrieve the puck as they try to clear it and are unable to do so. In the hot pursuit will be Finn Holt. He'll try to schedule it all the way around and across the other side. It's Stewart controlling it in behind the net, looking for something out in front. Pass up on top. Castro with a shot. That's deflected by the defense. Raiders dump it in behind the net again. Centering pass out in front. That one's so close. The net just came off, and a nice little rebound out in front. And it was, of course, Munson with an opportunity, but the pad saved there by Petersmeyer.
Yeah, nice little rebound opportunity. I think he had 2 whacks at that, but fortunately for Red Wing, the net came off the stanchion there, so we got a face-off.
So I know that we'll see. That looked like a legitimate hit off the pads there. I know when we had Benilde St. Margaret in here, the net seemed to kept coming off until the ref had to warn them.
It is amazing how that can happen with certain goalies.
So the Red Wing Wingers will try to control in their own zone, and it's going to be Cashin right out in front with an opportunity in that left crease, but it was covered by the Raiders, and they'll take it to the top of the point. Here's Rand with a shot. Wrister out front again with a rebound out in front again there by Cashin, and he can convert again out in front. Nice, ready for it though, right out in front. Cashin trying to get a stick on it, tries to get his shot. That one's broken up really quickly by Jamaz. Raiders still holding it in. Cashin down that right side. He's going to make a rush for it. Centering pass out in front, and then it's another rebound way out in front. Ran with a slap shot, one-timer. That one's going to come all the way over and across. Now another one into the crease. Knocked right back down for the Raiders. Wrist shot right out in front. The goalie is really getting tested here tonight. Bang, bang, bang. 4 shots in a row right on top of the net. Now it will be Red Wing dumping it deep into the Northfield zone. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson intercepted by the Raiders through neutral ice. Down that left side, Winner. Looking across the middle. Centering pass right out in front again with another save by Petersmeyer as Kaiser tried to roll one right up and through the crease. Now it's centered and sent all the way back down. Red Wing will do a full line change. They'll hold it up.
Yeah, waved off the icing there.
So here comes Kaiser down the right side. From that right slot. Oh, centering pass again outside. Broken up by Red Wing. To the near boards. To the top. Geiger all the way across to the other. Now it's a centering pass. Jake Geiger with a shot. That one is broken up by the defense right out in front. Nice save by Ramstead there. Geiger with a wide open shot. He likes to take that one-timer from the top of the circle there. Kaiser will pick it up through neutral zone. They'll dump it back into their own, and now they'll push it forward. Kaiser skates across the blue line, hits the brakes, dumps it back. We'll have an offsides. We should have an offsides. Well, they waved that one off, too. That was definitely offsides on the Raiders, but they did not call it. 14:34 to go here. First period, no score yet. Raiders got 5 shots on the net, though. They are definitely attacking with passion here this evening. Puck will go all the way deep into the Northfield zone. It's going to be picked up by Benjamin. Benjamin tries to clear it. That one's quickly broken up. Now we're going to have a stoppage play as Lovett holds the puck in play, and we'll have a stoppage and a timeout here. And they're going to face off to the left of
penalty and 22 for Northfield. Looks like.
So Oliver Benjamin.
Yeah, he's being escorted into the penalty box, I think, for a trip at the 14-16 mark of the first period. Face off in the Northfield end of the ice.
Well, that's not what they want to do. They definitely want to stay out of there. Now, the power play percentage is only about 14%, 14.5% for Red Wings. So, and the Raiders have this incredibly 87, 88 something. I mean, their penalty kill is ridiculous. It's at, I believe, 79.6%. So, it's tough to score on this Raider. From the right side, deep in their zone, face-off for the Raiders. They'll clear it. Rand will push it up into neutral ice. Now it's sent all the way back into the deep end for Northfield as Ty Frank feeling it. He's got a fresh set of legs here, that's for sure. He's been off for several weeks, and now he's in the contest again, and it'll be Stewart. We'll try to race down for it, and in goes Becker. Becker racing for it. Down in the corner, now in behind the net for the Red Wing Wingers. That's Peterson trying to push the puck forward. Up to Jarmus. Becker dumps it back in. He's got an opportunity. Stewart pass out in front. Shot, and that's right in the breadbasket there of Petermeyer. Didn't really get a good shot on it, but still a good save.
No, great shift, though, by Charlie Becker, a sophomore there. He, on the penalty kill, really created a lot of trouble for Red Wing. Got a nice shot on goal. So that was excellent work, and it forces a face-off in front of the Red Wing goalie.
So they've got 1:16 remaining in the power play for Red Wing, and Geiger will take that shot, and that one bounces up off the stick, get into the glove of Petersmeyer again, and we'll have another stoppage in the play and a face-off to their left. So the penalty kill here for the Raiders, rather. Got the Rileys in there. Picked up down the left side goes Ramstead for Red Wing. Picked up by Geiger, Ben Geiger that is. He bangs it off the glass, tries to clear the zone, and Red Wing will dump it right back in, and he'll just scoop it up. Shimoda will scoop it into his glove, and we'll have another stoppage of play as a player goes flying all the way. Ramstead goes flying almost into the boards there.
Yeah, kind of tripped over himself. Christian Whiteman there did a really good job on Ramstead coming into the zone, denied him a scoring chance.
57 seconds to go in the power play for Red Wing.
Looks like now, we got some stick play going on.
Yeah, over on the right hash over there. The guys are messing it up a little bit. So now the Raiders will control the face-off and fire it all the way around the boards and all the way down. And this one goes all the way back down, deep into the Red Wing zone. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Red Wing struggling to get it out of their own zone and get something going here. It's held in by the Raiders. Right out in front it goes, right out in front of the crease. They'll slap it to the near boards here. Picked up by Wooden. Wooden looking for something. So they're on the power play, but you sure wouldn't know it because this penalty kill is just pressurizing them, and just they can't even get out of their own zone with 23 seconds to go.
Yeah, great forecheck by Christian Whiteman there again. Really bottling up Red Wing in its own end.
Boy, that was just pretty impressive. They held them in their own zone for over 20 seconds, and they couldn't get out. So now they've got 10 seconds remaining in the power play, and they have not even gotten a shot on goal yet. Down that left side goes Peterson, now to the middle. He'll take the shot, but that one's broken up by the defense. Right up there, Munson got a nice little stick on it as he stick-checked that one, and now the Raiders are back to full strength, and it will be an opportunity for the Raiders to go 5-on-5 and get something going again here early in the contest. So we got 12:02 to go. 5 minutes have gone by here in the first period. We still have no score. And now it'll be Munson who tries to dump it in. It looks like we're probably going to get another penalty.
Yeah, on Red Wing for tripping Benjamin, it looks like. See who goes to the box. No one's volunteering.
No one's admitting to it.
I see the attendants going over there. Yeah, the guilty party needs to step up here. There they are.
There he is. There he is, sneaking in.
Sneak on the bench there. Number 17, Jacob Quaid for Red Wing, going for tripping at the 11:57 mark of the first period.
So, yeah, here we go. So the Raiders now on the power play. So that will be a benefit. And these guys, like I said, over 30%. They actually have a 31.6% power play success rate. So with that said, the Raiders are going to try to get something flowing here. Down that left side of the slot, shot, break up, down the left side, and they'll send it all the way in the neutral ice, and then the Raiders will pick it back up. It'll be picked up by Ty Frank. Forward, up to Kaiser. Kaiser looking for Geiger, breaking, no, he'll go back to the left side. Breaking, Munson, shot, out, deflection out front, swatted away by the defense. Shimoda grabs the puck, gives it down, and drops it over there to Ty Frank. Ty will bring it up Pass to the left side. Down the left side goes Munson. Looking for a break from the right. There's a centering pass out in front, just past the stick of Kaiser as he was breaking towards the ice. Geiger holds it back in. Cashin in the pursuit, trying to hold it in. Geiger comes away with it. Red Wing trying to break it up. Cashin to top. Kaiser down the other side. From that left circle, now from Kaiser with an opportunity. Wrister shot. That one's off the shoulder of Petersmeyer, and that one comes flying over to the near boards. Red Wing trying to clear it. We've got about 48 seconds remaining in the power play for Northfield. Riley from the top, down to that left circle. From that left slot, there's a shot broken up in front. Pops right out front. Opportunity for the Raiders. They can't control it. Munson, drop pass over here to Kaiser. Kaiser from the right slot. He shoots, he scores!
There it is.
Kaiser with the wrister. And that puts the Northfield Raiders up 1-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard.
That would be a power play goal with 10:27 left in the first period for Cam Kaiser. Very nice power play for the Raiders. A lot of puck movement. Credit goes to Bridger Riley as well as Caden Munson there. So we'll see who gets the assist, Jimmy. But that was a snipe.
That was a really nice play, and it did come from all the way to the left and all the way around. And you give Kaiser that opportunity. He did take it down in that right circle, and then he took it up over the top of the left shoulder, or excuse me, the right shoulder of Petersmeyer. Petersmeyer's coming out and trying to cross the angle. Kaiser saw it coming and took the other angle and put it past the goalie for a 1-0 lead. 10:14 to go here in the first period. Raiders will try to control the puck deep at their own end as they try to clear it out. Red Wing trying to hold it in. Puck comes loose. Benjamin sends it all the way across ice. Drop pass there. It's going to be picked up by the Raiders by Benjamin. Benjamin tries to dump it down. Got Pumper down there in the corner as well. That puck comes out of the zone, so they're going to have to pull it back and regroup here. Carter Simon jumps it all the way down in behind and down to the end of the net, but it's held in by Benjamin briefly, but it gets past his stick, and now it'll roll all the way back into the Northfield end. Picked up by Whiteman to the far corner. Drops it into the Northfield zone. In through neutral ice. Pushes it deep down into Red Wings zone. Centering pass broke up by Red Wing. Here's another shot and an opportunity as a break in Munson going right through the crease there. Puck comes to the top. Nobody on it. Now they'll dump it down. Centering pass there out in front, and that one is broken up in the middle by Wooden. Goes all the way down to the far boards before it comes out into the zone. Raiders going to do a full zone team change up here from the bench. There's a shot, and there's broken up by Petersmeyer right there. Nice little one-timer there by Ben Geiger. Puck will go down in behind the net, now pushed out to the top. Down to the right side. Geiger, wrister, rebound out front. Riley, Bridger, back over to Geiger. Ben, another wrist shot right out in front of Petersmeyer. Riley from that left circle now. He'll skate it down. Pushes it back up to the point. Now back into the left circle. Pass underneath. Number 9, Stewart right out in front of the net, but they're going to drop past that one. Cashin centering pass. Munson with a shot. He can't get a stick on it. Broken up there by Flayen from Red Wing. Just couldn't get his stick on it. Now he loses control of it, and Red Wing will try to clear the zone. Finally do, as they send that one all the way down, and Wooden crashed hard into the boards and all the way down in to Raider territory. As they come flying back up, they'll push it all the way up. Ben Geiger will dump it all the way back in, and he'll head to the bench. Raiders still in the zone. Red Wing tries to clear it, comes out of there. Down the ice goes Lovett. Shot from the right circle. That one's broken up by Shimoda. Rebound out to the near boards. Now they'll skate it all the way up and through. Here he comes. Hard and fast. Ty Frank. That one's intercepted and broken up by Peterson. Dumped back into the Red Wing zone. Tries to clear it. Hit hard and down into the ice they go by Ty Frank. Puck will go all the way into the Northfield end. We've got 7:28 remaining here in the first period. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Raiders on top. 1-0 on a power play goal by Camden Kaiser. Puck is in the right circle here. Looks like the net maybe possibly came off again, and it did. It will have a stoppage of play and a face-off to the left of the net for Red Wing.
Jimmy, as we indicated, both Bridger Riley and Caden Monson were credited with the assists on that goal. Really, right now, the shots on goal, 14-2. I do think that is a fairly accurate gauge of where we're at right now. The Petersmeyer is getting peppered for Red Wing.
Well, they've only beat him one time, so he's still kind of keeping his eye on the puck. So that's keeping them in the game. There is without a doubt. That one's going to be picked up by the Northfield Raiders. Fired up towards the net, but it just goes wide and goes all the way back to the boards. Now it's picked up in that left circle, centering pass out front. Shot, and it is going to be broken up again by Petersmeyer. Nice little wrister out front there by Oliver Benjamin with a nice little wrister, but right in the breadbasket.
Yep, right into Petersmeyer's midsection. He is playing a good game. He's obviously getting lots of experience in practice, and he looks very confident there.
Well, yeah, with shots on goal. I mean, they've had a couple of good rebounds out in front. Munson's had a couple of opportunities, couldn't get the sticks on him. So, again, you got to credit the goalie there for Red Wing because he is definitely keeping them in this contest here.
Yeah, we got a hand pass on Northfield, so that'll bring the face-off down to Trey Shimoda's end of the ice.
So they'll face off to the right of Trey from that left circle. Red Wing, again, going from right to left on your dial here. Face off in that left circle, controlled by Northfield. Sam Boardman will clear it, push it up, pass up to the top. Down goes Benjamin across the ice, down that left side, centering pass out there, but that one's broken up by the defense's Pumper tried to get a stick on it. Puck comes loose. Boardman racing for it, but so is Peterson. Boardman comes away with it, sends it all the way around the boards, and it's Whiteman as he tries to push it up and through before it's dumped right back in by Zlatan. Picked up by Boardman in behind the net. Dump past the Pumper. He'll push it up off the boards. Into neutral ice it goes, and Red Wing fires it all the way back in. And they'll have a quick little change of a couple of people on the ice. Just a small change. Switching up some skates, and now they'll push this one up. Cashin pushes it all the way to Munson. He'll skate down the right side. Hits the brakes. Comes back to the top of that circle. Dump pass to Riley. Looking for something across the middle, skates all the way in behind. Now to go all the way to the top. From the top, there's a wrist shot, and that one's up and over the top of the goal as Ben Geiger put another shot on goal there. Puck will come loose, and it will come all the way back in through neutral ice, and now they'll pick it up as Stewart tries to push it forward. As he does, Cashin goes around. Number 13 is Layton. Shot, and that one's broken up by the goalie. Another nice save. Raiders in the corner. Red Wing coming loose with it. Couple of guys down on the ice, picked up by Cashin. Cashin to that left circle. Ben Geiger back to the point. Cashin's wrist shot right in the glove again of Petersmeyer. Another stoppage of play, another save, and we got 5:18 to go with a 1-0 score from your Heritage Bank scoreboard.
I think the second shot before that one went off of Petersmeyer's face mask. I'm not sure he ever saw the puck, frankly. Poor kid. Yeah, but he's hanging in there well. The Wingers are being outshot 16-2. I really like the defensive play for Northfield. Riley, Frank, Rand, Geiger really doing a great job of quarterbacking this team.
Off the face-off, they send it up to the point, and Kaiser fires one from the blue line, and it goes right into the glove again of Petersmeyer, and we'll have another stoppage of play and a face-off to the right. 5:14 to go here. First period from the Northfield Ice Arena. Thanks for joining us this evening on 95.1 The One, KYMN, and, of course, NorthfieldLive.com, and all of our fans and friends from around the country. Puck comes all the way through into neutral ice, and away they go down that left side. There is a Carson Frank for Red Wing as well, as he puts some pressure on Kaiser as he tries to pass up in front. Kaiser down the right side now. He sneaks in, center pass! Nice pass across the crease, and we've got a goal number 2 for the Northfield Raiders at the 13-12 mark.
Oh, is that sweet, Jimmy. Well, first of all, it started with Ty Frank completely faking out two guys in the Northfield end, and he centered the puck up, and the two magicians did their trick there. That was a lovely goal at the 4:48 mark of the first period.
Geiger with 14 goals. That'll be his, 15th goal of the season, his 34th point as he leads the scores for the Northfield Raiders. But Kaiser with just a great view of what just saw him breaking. Of course, they played football together a lot, too. Yeah. So, I mean, these guys could kind of read each other's minds. They played together for so long. I mean, they've obviously been together for for 12 years together, and they've really come together to gel really nice. Geiger just smoking Wooden against the boards there. Now the puck comes loose as the Raiders do a full line change. They'll send it all the way back in behind Red Wings net here as they'll pick that one up, and Peterson will try to fire it through. Benjamin will try to hold it in. Still trying to fight for it are the Northfield Raiders. Kaiser will come clean with it. He'll dump pass it into their own zone before they push the pass forward briefly. Boardman, he's going to take it all the way back. 3:57 to go. 2-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders on top. There's a pass that just goes past the stick there. And now for the Raiders, Whiteman will dump it down into the corner. In behind the net they go. Tries to get a centering pass, and then a crush. Anderson just takes a hard pass, and there's a shot in the goal. Ben Geiger from the top of the point right there. Another goal, and now it's 3-0 in favor of the Northfield Raiders.
Yeah, at the 3:38 mark, after a crushing body check behind the Red Wing goal, the puck came out, and Ben Geiger, nice wrist shot. I don't think Petersmeyer ever saw it, frankly. And that follows up the goal from Geiger from Frank and Kaiser. So the Raiders taking control of this game in the first period, Jimmy. 19-2 shots, and really showing, I think, some preeminent skill at this point.
Well, for the first 10 minutes of the contest, it was, they outshot them definitely, but I like the way the Red Wing kind of held in there, but literally the last 3 minutes, it's been all Northfield here.
I think the depth shows.
Whiteman will take it off the face-off for Northfield, picked up by Ben Geiger down the left circle. He'll dump it now to the point. It comes Kaiser all the way over to Riley. Circle, point. There's a shot. Benjamin broken up pretty easily there by Starr for Red Wing. Now to go down into the corner as the Raiders come away with it in behind the net. Centering pass out front with the wraparound, but that one is saved by Petersmeyer. There's a centering pass out front. Petersmeyer jump all over it, and now he'll have a stoppage of play, a little pushing, a little shoving out in front of the crease, and we'll have a face-off to the right of the net.
Real nice pass there. Oliver Benjamin to Christian Whiteman in front of the net. Nice save by Petersmeyer. Geiger and Simon got the assists, or I guess Simon got the assist, Geiger the goal on the last Raider goal.
3:09 remaining here. First period from your Northfield Ice Arena. Controlled by Northfield off the face-off to the left of Petersmeyer. Another hard crash into the boards they go as Peterson takes it off the glass. In behind the net, Munson tries to push it up. Across the middle, he dropped past to Rand, but it came off at his stick. They came off the blue line. They're going to have to get him on sides, and they're going to have to regroup here and send it back the other way. Raiders starting to turn the gas up here a little bit. They're getting their legs under him, and here's another centering pass. Long deflection out front. Ray in with the backhand. That's no good. That one's going to get flushed all the way out and through into the neutral zone. Stewart will pick it up. He'll take it and send it all the way back and into the Northfield zone before Rand tries to pick it up with a pass up to Cashin. Now Munson, he'll take it, skates across the middle. Puck comes loose, broken up by the defense. There's Latin. Here's a shot by Rand, and that one's just off the post. Just missed it. Couldn't get a good stick on it as he skated past it, and then he tried to put a little bit of a flip on it, but unfortunately for him, he just couldn't. It just hit the pipe because Petersmeyer was sliding all the way to the left, and that puck was going the other direction, and the opportunity for Rand just missed.
Yeah, he kind of whiffed on it, Jimmy. He didn't get the full stick on that puck. I'm sure he'd like that back. What we're seeing tonight is how important defense is. Ty Frank, you are so right. He looks like he's eating his Wheaties. He is really flying out there right now. Really looking strong for the Raiders.
Well, he's been sitting on the bench all season, with injury and whatnot, and so I'm sure he's really super excited in the fact that, again, this Raider team that, had a very, very disappointing loss in the state tournament last year are definitely they're one of the top state 1A teams. I believe they're ranked number 6 right now in the state 1A, and they want more, and they're just going to play each and every game just as hard as they can. There's another centering pass out front, and that one, of course, skates right around there as they bring it to the top. Pumper down to that right corner for Geiger. Geiger sends it through the crease, and we got a shot from the red line, and he shoots, and he scores. An unbelievable shot by Winner.
Wow.
Puts the Raiders up 4-0.
Boy,
Wow.
the angle of that, Jimmy, was that was something else at the 1:30 mark of the first period, making the score 4-0 Northfield. That was quite a goal.
That was right off the red line, and he took the angle. I don't know. I mean, Petersmeyer just couldn't get there quick enough or what, but he literally took that from the red line, and it was that's a 90-degree angled shot. I mean, that's unbelievable. Nice shot by Andrew Winter to put the Raiders up 4-0 on your Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Assist went to number 11, Jacob Geiger, and number 5, Ashton Pumper.
All right. There you go. Winner to Geiger to Pumper, and there we have it. 1:18 to go. Raiders on top 4-zip. The puck into Trace Shimoda's hands, and they'll face off to his right. You know, they say it's one of the most difficult things about being a goalie is not being shot on. It's not being shot on.
Right.
Because you can get kind of complacent in there. Raiders will control the puck as they try to skate it up and through the neutral ice, but they'll be dumped right back into their own zone, and they'll pick that one back up. So we're down to 1 minute. 1 minute to go here in the first period. And, man, they just crushed Whiteman here in the neutral ice center ice. And there's another shot. Oh, man, Jacob Quaddy just banging it out there and just dropping Griffin Kennelly to the ground. And I believe that's it. Yep, they're going to get him for a penalty right there. They're going to throw Ramstead into the power play here.
Yep. Landon Ramstead for Red Wing going to the box with 54 seconds left in the first period. The penalty obviously will carry over into the second period, but the Raiders are on their power play with a 4-0 lead.
Riley. Roughing is the call against Ramstead, and so he'll be in the box for 2 minutes. Yeah, he pretty much just leveled the Raiders. There's a wraparound right there, an opportunity for Ben Geiger to get his second goal of the night, but that'll go to the top of the point to Riley, down over to the left circle. Now back to the point, 23 seconds remaining in the period. Wraparound out in front, net comes off, and we'll have a stoppage of play and another face-off just to the right of the goalie, Petersmeyer, as number 9, Michael Stewart, playing a very impressive game here this evening as he is in the second line here this evening and getting a lot of ice time.
Yeah, I like the depth they're showing. Stewart, Whiteman, Becker, these guys are all playing quite well tonight.
So we've got 18 seconds remaining. Face off to the right, controlled by Northfield to the point. Ben Geiger dumps it all the way to the top. Now across the middle, working through the crease. Shot out front. That's broken up. Winter couldn't get a stick on it, and that'll probably wrap it up here as Red Wing will send it all the way down into the Northfield zone. In hot pursuit is Tanner Jarmus. He'll skate it up into the corner, and that'll end the first period here from the Northfield Ice Arena. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, Raiders on top, 4-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll cap the first period. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1, The One, KYMN, and AM 1080. Streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bress, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Burst pipe or water damage? No problem. Call the experts at Service Master by Ayat. Hi, this is Beth Ayat. Our staff is trained and certified to assist you with any water damage after a burst pipe or leaky water. Locally owned since 1995, Service Master by Ayat will be there in your time of need.
The man, the yellow van, call Service Master.
Drive your student to the games and get paid. Many of us would love an extra flexible way to earn money. Benjamin Bus has many driving positions available, including vans that won't require a CDL, small and regular sized school buses. These positions offer flexible hours, days off when kids are out of school. You can even bring your kids to work with you and get paid to watch their games. Benjamin Bus offers on-site training and testing, along with wages up to $24 an hour. No experience is necessary. Stop by Benjamin Bus on Highway 3 in Northfield and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Valley Auto House has been offering automotive repair services to Northfield and the surrounding areas since 1926. We carry the most trusted tire brands in the industry, like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Fusion. Our tires are competitively priced so that our local, loyal, and new customers, along with our fleet accounts, can be confident in their purchases. Located on Highway 3 South in Northfield, open from 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Or find us online at valleyautohouse.net.
We know that there is more to a home than the building. There is care and detail in every last nook and cranny of what you call home. That's why Schmidt Homes is the only call you'll ever have to make. Their in-house designer will work with you to get everything the way you want it. Their highly skilled craftsmen and quality materials will ensure the best possible value for your home. When you're ready to start building your home, be sure to check out Schmidt Homes' beautiful and regularly updated showroom for inspiration. Get started building your dream home. Learn more at schmidthomes.com.
Making decisions can be hard. Whether you're picking out home design details, choosing a college, or planning a wedding, you put a lot of thought into life's big events. But paying for it all is easy with a home equity line of credit from Hometown Credit Union. Rates are always affordable, and you can quickly apply online at hometowncu.coop. Make the decision easy with a Hometown Credit Union HELOC. Equal housing lender.
And we're back at the Northfield Ice Arena. How you doing? Jimmy LaRue with Gordon Moore to my left, or your right or my left. I can't really be sure. But to recap the score, we'll just get things going right away. It seemed like in the first 5 minutes that Red Wing is doing the best they could to kind of curtail the team. But then at the 6:33 mark, Cam Kaiser on the power play when that penalty was for tripping against Charlie Peterson, and that allowed the Raiders to get on top 1-0. And it was a couple minutes later at the 13-12, so it took another 7 minutes or so before it was Jake Geiger from the point firing at one and passed and putting it up 2-0, and then it just got crazy. Then at the 13:22 mark, Ben Geiger got another goal, put him up 3-0, and then at the 15:30 mark, right towards the end of the first period, Adam Winter with a ridiculous shot from that red line that put them up 4-0, and now they are again in the power play as Ramstead at the 16:06 mark went into the penalty box, and that's where we have it from our Heritage Bank scoreboard. At the end of one, it is 4-0 in favor of the Raiders. And Gordon, for the first 10 minutes or so, it looked like, well, you know, they're up 1-0, but we might have a contest here.
I think what you saw is the Northfield depth come to light, particularly on the blue line, really take control of the center ice, and then it was just, you know, off to the races. That Frank to Kaiser to Geiger goal was about as pretty as you're going to see in high school hockey. And then that goal from the red line was ridiculous. I think it's the dam starting to break a little bit. You know, you as a team, I've been a coach and as a parent of a player on a team like Red Wings, you can hang in there for a while, but typically the skill, the strength, and the depth take their toll as the period goes on. I think it's going to be really important for the Raiders to avoid retaliatory penalties. We don't need, guys running around and causing trouble. What we need is just solid hockey, play the game, finish the game, and come out strong, continue that momentum that they really built at the end of the first period, which was pretty overwhelming. I think the compete level the Raiders showed tonight is excellent. They didn't come out taking Red Wing for granted. Obviously, it's a rivalry game, but they're looking very good. Very good.
I think they started off just a little bit light. They're probably just getting things started. But again, I think after that first goal, you could see that they got their legs up underneath them pretty well, and they really started to skate hard and fast. And then it was tough. The power play that Red Wing had, the penalty kill on that one was amazing as well, because they literally held Red Wing in their own zone for over 20 seconds in the penalty. They were on the power play. We were on the penalty kill, and they couldn't even get it out of their zone.
I know, the penalty forecheck there, I think it was Christian Whiteman on that one that you're talking about. He was just a one-man wrecking crew down there. I mean, Red Wing was really discombobulated. That's impressive. When you can hold a team in their own end on the penalty kill with that type of forecheck, that's from a kid that's a fourth liner, maybe. I mean, that's an impressive statement. So, the Raiders are ranked in the top 10 in the state for a reason, but you got a little bit of a target on your back when you've got that kind of ranking. The third highest QRF rating in the state for boys hockey in Class A, and so every night you got to prove it. And so far tonight they're doing that. And I'm sure Coach Luckcraft is saying, look, more of the same, guys. Just keep it rolling. I mean, their energy, their passing, it's crisp. Trey Shimoda really hasn't been challenged too much. I mean, there was that one shot from the side. The kid got a nice shot on him. But for the most part, it's been, the ice is definitely tipping in the direction of the Raiders.
Right. Well, they outshot them there in that first period, 24-3. And, of course, 4 of them getting past Petersmeyer. And you really can't, poor guy. How that shot from Winter from that red line, that poor kid, I don't know how he, you know what I mean? He's just literally, it had to just sneak by his shoulder somehow.
Yeah.
And that's got to frustrate that young kid.
That was after he'd made some really nice saves. That was a fluky goal. Nothing to take anything away from Andrew Winter, but I think I saw the smiles on the Northfield bench. That thing is, they couldn't duplicate that in practice if they tried. So, that went off the back of the goaltender. He wasn't expecting it, and weird things happen. You see those lacrosse goals occasionally with guys stuffing the puck around in the pros. I think if you're facing 60 shots, and just statistically, you're even if you're a solid goaltender, you're not going to save every one of them. I think for Red Wing, they need to try to get themselves organized a little bit coming out of their zone. They're really struggling with the breakout. They're not getting sustained. They're not getting zone time. They're on the back foot, and that happens. It happens with teams that are frankly not as skilled. Taking nothing away from the effort and the energy of the Red Wing players, but you just got a bit of an imbalance here, Jimmy, as far as skill and talent, and it's showing out there. And so the Red Wings working hard. We'll see how the depth looks going into that last part of the game. If we get some other kids out there for both teams, hopefully we'll see some of that going on. I would think Coach here is not looking to get anybody more time than is necessary. We don't want to get anybody hurt. We don't want anything fluky to happen. So we'll see what happens. I would imagine they're going to come out and go real hard for the first half of this period, and then we'll see. At some point you got to decide, do you take the foot off the gas pedal, or are you just going to continue it? That's the decision they'll have to make. But
it's going to be interesting in the second period. I believe they're going to probably come out hot and heavy right away.
Yes.
They got the power play.
They do.
If they score on the power play, you got 5-0 already.
Yeah.
Score the 6th goal, we go into a running time in the second period. So actually, I believe you got to wait till the third period.
Third period, yeah. They won't go in the second period. But
I do know that a lot of times then what they do is they kind of work the puck from the outside, and then they'll try to work it up and through and work for a shot. They won't be attacking the net maybe quite as hard.
Right.
So
there are ways you can do that by showing respect to your opponent and the game, but also involving more kids in the game and using it as an opportunity to, frankly, practice some passing and that sort of thing. There's value that can come out of that too. You don't need to put double-digit goals on another team just to prove you can do it. That doesn't really solve anything or help much, but I think for the sake of Northfield, just continuing to do the things they're doing. Their blue line has been outstanding. Their forwards are spectacular. They've really looked good tonight.
Well, the score is 4-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Talking about double-digit wins, Paige Haley and the undefeated Northfield Raiders went into Red Wing, her alma mater, this afternoon, and defeated them 10-0, and they are now 21-0 on the season. Congrats to Paige and the entire girls hockey team for Northfield Raiders. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get our second period underway here from the Northfield Ice Arena. To Raider hockey on 95.1 The One. KYMN and AM 1080, streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com.
Borrowing money is a big deal, and Community Resource Bank is ready to help. When you're buying a car, purchasing a home, or fixing up your existing home, Community Resource Bank has answers for all your loan and mortgage questions. As an integral part of Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville communities, Community Resource Bank offers online solutions for business, residential, investment, and other lending accounts. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Northfield Insurance offers more than just home and auto. They offer business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and bonds as well. They have a combined 147 years of experience across 6 employees to make sure that you are getting the best possible insurance for your exact needs. Not only will they protect what's yours, they'll make sure that you're cared for like family. Find out how you can get the right insurance for you at nfldins.com or by calling 507-645-8861. Northfield Insurance Agency. They've got you covered.
Hi, this is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Professional Dental Group has delivered the same exceptional care for over 35 years. Whether you are scheduling for a general visit or an emergency appointment, we are excited to see your smile. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. Brian Kraby, Dr. John Nowak, and Dr. Tyler Yonke, go Raiders.
Getting glasses that fit right and look good doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. At River Valley Eye Professionals, we work with you to provide you with great-looking frames and the best corrective lens options available within a cost range you're comfortable with. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will make sure your glasses fulfill your unique needs every time. We don't just sell glasses, we shape them to you and your lifestyle. Find out how we can help you see more clearly at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
As the year comes to a close, we begin to reflect on all we've done throughout the year, and we're looking forward to all this new year has to bring. At Northfield Retirement Community, we are proud of the work we've done supporting our residents, staff, family, and friends throughout the year. We'd like to wish everyone a very happy and prosperous new year. Northfield Retirement Community. Innovation, choice, tradition.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. Jimmy LaRue and Gordon Moore on the call for you this afternoon. We've got Joey Hudson running the production here, and Howie Reister is doing the camera work for you, along with Lance Reister. He's in the other corner. So you're seeing a couple of different angles here this evening as we try to expand our performance for you and production for you here on NorthfieldLive.com. Raiders will take control of the puck from their own zone. They are going from the left to right now in their white and their maroon and gold striped uniforms going right to left. Purple and white for Red Wing from the left going to their right on your radio dial. 16:44 to go here, second period. We are underway. Raiders lead this one 4-0. Puck goes all the way down in behind Red Wing's net. It's going to be Munson. He'll skate it all the way to the top of the point. Drop pass there, down to the circle, now back to the point. Frank, from that left circle, there's Munson. He'll pass it down underneath the red line, passes it back up. Frank has to run for it, reach for it as the turnover in the Northfield end, and it'll come all the way back down into Shimoda as Shimoda comes all the way to the top of the circle and saves the puck and holds it back and then sends it and dumps it back for the Raiders. There's a breakout pass there that's broken up. Cashin tries to hold it in, but they'll turn right back around as Wooden fires it all the way back down to the other end. Shimoda will now pick it up, and he'll fire it around as the Red Wing defense was making a move on the puck in the Northfield zone, but it's cleared through neutral ice down the right side. Dump pass. Kaiser shot. Big rebound out front. Broken up temporarily, and now they'll push it up into the neutral zone. Red Wing with an opportunity to have cleared that zone, but they just couldn't get their stick on the puck as well. Now the Raiders dump it right back in. Benjamin all the way in behind the net. They'll fight for it down in the corner. 15:29 to go. That'll come all the way to the top of the point. Frank to Ben Geiger down that left circle now. From the right circle, Riley. Rister out in front, right into the glove of Petersmeyer, and we'll have a stoppage of play with 15:20 to go. And the Raiders on top 4-0.
Yeah, I think that power play was a little loose coming out of the out of the period there. One shot on goal, some good work by Red Wing.
Face off to the left of Petersmeyer. Raiders will control it at the top. Riley tries to push it down. It's going to get picked up and pushed out of the zone by Wooden. Wooden tries to cross ice pass. That one's broken up by Northfield. Puck will come up into neutral zone. Raiders. Benjamin fires it all the way back down deep into the Red Wing zone. Tries to clear it as Quaddy, but he can't get a stick on it. Raiders will try to hold the puck in as it comes to the top of that left circle. Ben Geiger sends it all the way to the other side of the ice. Now from that point, he's scored from there before. There's a shot right out in front. Rebound comes out. Raiders try to clear it. Riley tries to hold it in. He'll dump it all the way back in behind his Benjamin. Down in the corner. Now it's going to get picked up there by Whiteman. Whiteman can't quite control the puck. That one comes loose. Now he'll drop that one right over there. It's a Ty Frank. Ty Frank in behind the net. He'll skate it back up. He'll probably bring it up to the point there. Sends it all the way over to the right circle. Now from the top of the left circle, Geiger shot across the middle, and that one is broken up by Peters Myers. That one comes right out in front as well for Benjamin. Geiger all the way back and forth playing cat and mouse at the top. Riley tries to dump it down before it's destroyed, and Anderson sends it all the way down the ice. And now that one's going to go all the way in, and they're going to call that one for icing. And we'll turn around and bring it all the way back to the other side of the ice. So 3 shots on goal for the Raiders here in the second period, and that's about it as we got 14:06 to go, second period.
It was interesting. The Raiders actually looked stronger when they worked on the power play there. I mean, in terms of their shots on goal and their overall deportment there, it was really an excellent little period.
Face-off goes right out in front, and that one slides up, and Jake Geiger from that right crease there, and the goalie's just put his hands on it, Petersmeyer, and he'll stop it again, and we'll face off again as Geiger will face off from that right circle. Kaiser dumps it all the way to the top. Simon down from that left circle, fires it all the way down and in behind. Kaiser tries to get a stick on it. Red Wing tries to clear the zone. Raiders will dump it right back in. Kaiser from the circle. Now to the top of the point it goes. That's going to be Pumper over to Simon. Now from Kaiser with a wrister from the right side, and that one's no good. Broken up by the defense. Nice defensive play there because Kaiser again had a nice shot. Here it comes again from the right circle. Another shot. That one's broken up by Slotin for Red Wing. Another couple of great saves as Kaiser tries to put it. He's going to try to come again. That one's broken up again. Geiger will pick it up. Red Wing drops the stick. They'll pick it up to Simon to the near boards. All the way in behind it goes. Kaiser checked off the puck down in the corner. Comes out on top for Raiders with 13:13 to go here in the second period. Red Wing trying to clear the zone. Can't do it. Northfield just dumps it right back in. Carter Simon races for it down in the corner. Kaiser picks it up at the blue line, holds it in before it is broken up temporarily by Red Wing. So Bo Doyle putting a stick on it and clearing the zone for Red Wing temporarily. A little sign of relief. Winter will pick the puck up by the near boards. He'll go down in behind that left circle. Geiger and Winter centering pass out front. Nobody there. Now it'll go the other way as Landon Flaunton will go all the way. Ty Frank takes him off the puck real quick like. There's another forward right in the corner before it's picked up by Geiger. Jake Geiger down that left side from that circle. There's a shot. Winner. Jazz misses on the one-timer out in front. Randall pick it up. 12:25 to go. Second period. Turnover in the Northfield end. There's a shot towards the goal, and that is going to be the fourth shot on goal for Red Wing, and that's about it. And that is, of course, Landon Flaunton with a shot from the top and easy save for Trey Shimoda.
12:20 left in the second period here. No change in the score. Northfield continues to really pepper the opposing goaltender.
There's a nice defensive play right there. A nice break up by... Who was that down there? That was of course, that was Cashin with that nice defensive move. But and that puck goes in somehow. It's in behind. You could say what you want to say. The puck was just out in front, and they were just kind of swatting flies with it. But it did sneak behind the pads of the goalie, and the Raiders take the lead 5-0 at the 4:54 mark.
They sure did, Jimmy. Who did you get on that goal? Was it Cashin?
I'm not sure if that was Cashin or if it. It was 25 for the Raiders. $25. I don't see.
For the Raiders at 4:54 of the second period, number 20, Caden Monson. The assist went to number 13, Will Cashin. Monson from Cashin on your Raider goal.
All right, congratulations. Yeah, because Monson was out in front and he was taking a swat at it, but I didn't think that it got past the goalie, honestly. I mean, it was almost like last game we called with Ayla Puppy. She put in 2 goals literally in the second period, and you couldn't even tell it went in because the players didn't react. Nothing happened. The crowd didn't react. Nobody did anything, and even Ayla didn't react. And it was like, well, did the goalie stop it or what? But apparently, like this one, it went in to put the Raiders up 5-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders controlling the puck again, and of course Munson back in there in the Red Wing zone. That one bounces all the way off the boards. There's another turnover, but a turnover that won't hurt them too bad as Wooden tries to fire it up and through. Ben Geiger will pick it up, send it all the way over to Riley, but he can't get a stick on it, so Wooden will take it. He'll turn it around, bring it back the other way. Ramstead in behind, and now they're trying to push one up through the zone, right out in front of the crease. That right slot there for a while there was right out in front. There's a nice save by Munson, getting his body in front of it. There's another shot towards the goal. Munson, he'll just grab that one, sticks that one down. They'll bounce it off, and Kaiser's going to go in behind 1-on-2. He's going to take the shot, and that one goes up and over and all over to the top, and it clears all the way in the neutral ice zone. So a shot that was deflected by the goalie just went way in the air, and now it'll be picked up by Northfield in their own zone. Kennelly over to Benjamin. Fires it into the Red Wing zone. In behind the net. Red Wing trying to clear the zone, but Simon's going to hold it in there. He's going to take a shot. That's off a pad save there by Petersmeyer. Back to the Northfield Raiders from the point. Simon to the right circle. Shot. Boardman. That one's broken up. Pass out in front. Whiteman trying to get a stick on it. Can't do it. Raiders will try to dump it back in. Red Wing just having a difficult time. We talked about that earlier when they were in the power play and how dominant that penalty kill was for Northfield. But now they're 5-on-5, and that one goes back in. And now they're going to call a stoppage of play. It looks like they're going to wave that one off. And I think that was Christian Whiteman who thought he got a goal there for a second. But they called that one off with 9:44 remaining here in the second period.
Yeah, it was a whistle, maybe a little quick, but it was a whistle, and the referee called that off right away. Jimmy, we saw Red Wings' first flurry in a long time there down the other end. Ethan Anderson with a nice opportunity for the Wingers, and some good defensive play by the Raiders.
That puck will drift towards the goalie off the face-off, and they'll cover that one back up, and we'll face off again. It's 5-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard here from the Northfield Ice Arena. You're listening to Raider Hockey on KYMN and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com. Special thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us provide you with this entertainment this evening. There's a shot across the middle right out in front. An opportunity there by Kennelly, and that one is saved by Petersmeyer. There's a one-timer across the middle, broken up, and off to the races the Red Wing Ringers try to go, but they can't as they get tied up in behind. Now from his knees in that left corner, they'll push that one up to Ty Frank here to the top of the circle. He'll take a shot towards the goal, try to get a centering pass out in front. Nobody out there. And we'll have another stoppage of play as they cover that one up. Kennelly trying to scoot one in through the crease there. But 9:05 to go here. Second period. Raiders on top 5-0. They'll do a full line change for both teams, and we'll face off to the right of Petersmeyer.
Great forecheck there again by Christian Whiteman. He's shown a lot tonight and had a really nice opportunity for a goal for the Raiders. Raiders really putting on offensive zone pressure here. Red Wing cannot break out.
Puck comes over to the top. Into the neutral ice. It goes off the face-off as Red Wing finally clears their own zone. Just under 9 minutes to go here, second period. Raiders on top, 5-zip. Puck dumped over here. There's an opportunity. Cashin across the middle, right out in front of the puck, and it shoots it. It's no ice. They called the ice. No whistle on that one.
Goodness.
There was no whistle on that one, and an opportunity for Ben Geiger again, right out in front. And luckily, they got a stick on it.
Geiger had an open net there. I think he's shaking his head. How possibly did that kid save that? That was a lovely save by the Red Wing goalie, Petersmeyer. That was really something.
Yeah, Geiger, like I said, had a shot. Thought for sure that one was going in. That one I thought went in, and it didn't go in. And then so Geiger will hold it in off the face-off at the top of the right circle. Down underneath it goes. Centering pass out in front. Nobody there. Riley will take that one and send it over to the far boards. From that right circle, shot blocked out in front. Comes right out in front. Rebounds out in front before Red Wing clears that one. They'll send that one all the way down. They're going to call icing. They're going to let that one go with 8:21 to go here in the second period. They will bring that puck all the way back down to the right side, just to the right of Petersmeyer.
35-6 shots on goal at the 8:21 mark of the second period. Pretty indicative of how play's gone tonight for Northfield.
I was going to say we're halfway through. They got 12-3 shots here in the second period, so, we're only halfway through.
Yeah.
Raiders will pick that one up, and they'll push that down in the corner as Becker tries to center that pass over there, and it's picked up by Barrett Bradley across the middle. He tries to fight for it from that left circle. That one comes right out in front. There's a shot on goal, and Petersmeyer with another. So Charlie Becker with a nice shot there from the point-blank shot up front, and it's covered up with 8:03 to go.
Yeah, Charlie looking for his first goal, I believe, as a Raider, and almost had it there. Nice wrist shot. Petersmeyer gloved it, and the face-off will be to his right. Petersmeyer is getting a little extra drink there. I'm sure the ref's giving him some time to compose himself there. He's certainly getting a workout tonight.
Geiger facing off against Lovett. Geiger will come away with it. He'll take it center up. Pumper from the top of the key. He tries to do a dump pass. He turned that one over, and that one's going to be picked up there by Quenzer. Quenzer tries to clear it. Raiders can't. Now it's Geiger trying to push it back in. Tries to clear the zone again. Lovett trying to get it out of there. Can't do it. Pumper holds it in. Raiders still dominating the zone here. Down that right side, there's a shot across the middle. Rebound out. Winner will get the recovery down underneath. Picked up there by Geiger. Geiger in behind the net. Finally picked up by Red Wing. They'll fire that one out there. Wooden fires it all the way out, and they cannot clear the zone. Raiders holding it in. Geiger, drop pass right out in front. Winner, shot deflected off the stick. Pumper at the point. Down to the circle. Another shot towards the goal. That one goes up in the air just off the glove of Petersmeyer. Ty Frank will take it. He'll try to clear the zone, and he'll do so. Pumper will pick it up in the Northfield end. Frank in behind the net. 6:59 to go, second period. Forwarding pass there. They'll wait for it. Centering pass across the middle. Winter just couldn't get to it. The pass just a little bit too long. Frank will pick it up at the top. He'll take a shot from the top of the key, and that will wrap that one up for Petersmeyer. 6:45 remaining here in the second period. Raiders on top, 5-0 on your Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Northfield really putting on a clinic on offensive zones, sustained pressure, excellent passing. I've said it earlier tonight, Jimmy, the defense is really doing a nice job.
Face off in the Red Wing end. Frank will take it from the top, pushes it down underneath. Pass across the crease, nobody there, nobody out in front. Comes in behind Raiders, a little wrap around there. That one's broken up and deflected all the way down to the other end of the ice, and then it's just bounced off of Shimoda's pad. He kind of just bumps it out there. Red Wing recovers, but couldn't take advantage of that slight turnaround. So Hoover, with an excellent opportunity, just didn't do anything with it for Red Wing. Munson picks it up in behind the Northfield net, deep. And now skated out through, but it's right past the stick it goes there of Stewart. He'll send it back to Munson. Lifts that one up and over the net and into the netting. So trying to get a little backhand on there. Got a little bit underneath the puck and sent it flying instead of trying to push one past the goalie.
That last play where Trey, I think, thought he could possibly get an icing out of that, and that got a little interesting. I think it went off the pipe to the Red Wing kid, but fortunately for the Raiders, no worse for the wear.
6:03 to go. Face off to the left of Petersmeyer, deep in the Red Wing zone. Northfield will come away with it. Red Wing will take control of that face off, but then that's about it. They cannot clear the zone as they cough it up again, trying to push it out. Ramstead tries to clear it to neutralize. Raiders push it right back in to the Red Wing zone before it is finally cleared and deflected over by Anderson. Now the Raiders will send it right back in. So every opportunity the Red Wing tries to get out of their zone, the Raiders just dump it right back in. And Whiteman trying to hold that one in, and now they're down the left-hand side. They might actually make a run. Wooden with a shot. He's taken out into the boards. Tries to hold it into their zone. Wooden again with his shot. Easily broken up there by Riley. We had a broken stick on the ice. Now we'll go down the left side is Ben Geiger. He'll pull up, waits for it. They'll dump it back into their own zone. 5:11 to go. They've got a 5-0 lead. And again, I think they're maybe working on some of their technique here. That one's going to go all the way to the other side of the arena before it is sent into the far corner with 4:55 remaining here in the second period. Raiders will try to control the puck down in the corner. There's a pass across the middle. There's a right out in front of the slot there, and they could not get a stick on it. That's going to be right across the middle. I believe it was Kennelly. There's a shot. That one just goes past the goalie's arm and off the backboard. Picked up by the Raiders. Shimoda will grab it, dump it down, and pick it up to Simon. We've got 4:32 remaining here in the second period. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Raiders lead this one 5-0. Picked up down that right side. Ashton Bumper centering past to Munson, and he couldn't get a stick on it. That one will go in behind the net. Picked up by a Red Wing. They'll skate it right through the crease. Dangerous. And then he loses it off of his stick. And a hard hit by Bradley as he takes out Peterson into the boards. Down in behind the net. They'll try to pick it up. Turner pushes it right back into the Raiders' hands. It'll come up to Simon at the top of the circle. He'll fire one. Broken up by the defense pretty easily. Simon comes clean with it into neutral ice. Raiders get back on sides. Puck goes in behind the net and just kind of bounces in behind there. And it'll be Starr tries to clear it. It'll go down Ty Frank. He'll pick it up all the way down in the neutral zone and all the way down in Raiders deep in their zone. Pass up front to Becker. Becker down the left side with an excellent opportunity. And that one is stick poke checked up off of there by Peterson. Maddox Peterson. Another check into the boards. Red Wing being quite physical, but it's not really helping much because they're not really getting anything going as far as offensively. So they're just playing defense here tonight. Geiger with a shot out front. Rebound, backhand, down, goes right through the crease. That one will get picked up by Bradley. Bradley to the top of the circle. Now to Frank from the left side. He'll take that shot. That one's right into the glove of Petersmeyer, and we'll have a stoppage of play with 3:05 to go here, second period.
Yeah, you said it, Jimmy. Red Wing really is struggling to get anything going, and the way the benches are configured in this period, they're far away from where their goalie is, and they're having trouble getting line changes because they're stuck in their zone so much. Kind of hanging on for dear life here, really. 3:05 left in the second period.
Raiders control the face-off. There's a pass across the middle, and that one's right out in front, and that one's caught by Petersmeyer. There's a nice shot winner. We saw it coming right out in the top there. And just on top of the circles there, right out in the point, and had a nice shot, but you got to stop some of them times.
Yeah, 40th shot on goal for the Raiders tonight against 6 for Red Wing.
2:57. Second period, shot on goal. Huge rebound out front. That one slides through the crease as Red Wing tries to clear it out. Ty Frank drops the Red Wing defender there, number 20, Bo Doyle. Now we'll have a stoppage of play here. And looks like we're just going to face off. Maybe the net came off again. 41 shots on goal. Unbelievable. That's 18 here in that second period, and we still got 2 minutes and 49 seconds with the Raiders facing off in the Red Wing zone. comes loose with it is the Raiders. Geiger, wrist shot out in front. Banged off the elbow there by Lovett. Nice defensive move there. Kaiser will pick it up. Oh, and he gets tripped up in the middle of the ice. No penalty on that one. Winner loses control, turnover, Lovett. And they're going to get called for, I don't know if that's going to be offsides or what that's going to be.
I think it's offside.
Yep, they'll have a stoppage of play here. Now have a face-off at the near circle here at mid-ice. 2:32 remaining here, second period from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Your Northfield Raiders 11-1-2 on the season. Lead this one 5-0. We will face it off. It'll be Geiger and Hoover. Raiders will control it in their own zone. Nice little pass over here just off the stick of Geiger, and that one will go all the way back in behind the net. Red Wing tries to clear it and send it up to Hoover. Hoover in hot pursuit. Ben Geiger trying to take the angle away. There's a shot out in front, and they score off the rebound. So Red Wing with the breakaway and the long rebound out in front puts them on the scoreboard, and they are one goal for Landon Flahan there at the 14:47 mark.
Yeah, nice effort by Red Wing. Came down on the flank there. Number 7 for Red Wing coming in through forward, or 17, I think it was. And, yeah, the rebound comes out, and it was stuffed home. Actually, it was 7 there.
So the Raiders getting a little fancy there. So this is what we were talking about. Your complacency can get in the way of you sometimes. And, you know, you're in a dominating mode, and then you kind of give up a bad goal.
Yep, they gave up a little breakaway, and
okay, Hoover with the assist there for Red Wing. Couldn't get the scores table there. Sorry about that. But anyhow, 1:54 to go. Munson's going to pick it up. Now he's going to put the pressure back on. There's a shot deflected by Petersmeyer. Comes all the way to the near side. Picked up by Red Wing. They finally break that one up. Wooden tries to push it up and through. Simon racing for it. Little stick poke there by Red Wing as they try to hold it in. Now the puck comes out of the zone, so they'll have to fire it all the way back in and get back onside. Raiders will turn around with that puck, and they'll send that up to Munson down the left side. He's going to cut on the inside, and that one is easily broken up by Wooden, and that one will go all the way back into the corner for Red Wing as they try to recover. Centering pass out in front, and Geiger with a shot out in front, or Will Cashin rather. So a little bit of a turnover there by Red Wing, and Cashin with an opportunity could not cash in with 1:16 to go here in the second period.
Yeah, Red Wings got a little bounce in their step after that goal, and like you said, Jimmy, the Raiders can't be complacent.
That puck will be controlled by the Raiders. Ty Frank fires one, and Petersmeyer just sends it all the way into the corner. Geiger will pick that one up to the top. From the point, comes all the way into neutral ice. Ty Frank will pick it up. They'll stop, regroup, and we've got 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Raiders on top, 5-1. Down the left side. Benjamin taking off the puck, goes in behind the net. Raiders will pick it up, a little wraparound out in front. Petersmeyer stops that one. Frank from the left circle. He'll try to fire one across the middle, and that one's broken up. Whiteman trying to get a stick on it out in front of the crease. Can't do it. Red Wing will try to clear the zone. Raiders will pick it back up. It's going to be Rand. Now Frank. He'll fire it off the boards. Kennelly sends it deep. Now the Raiders. Whiteman from that right circle fires. Broken up by Finholt. Frank tries to pick pocket there. Down the right side goes Jermus. Raiders will pick it up with 14 seconds to go. They'll try to clear the zone. Kennelly will send it deep into the Red Wing zone as they try to fire it up, back, and out. Still time to go. Carson Frank for Red Wing down that left side. Broken up by Ty Frank. And that should end the second period. And that's the end of our second period here from the Northfield Ice Arena. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Northfield Raiders 5, Red Wing 1. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap the first and second period here. And you're watching Raider Hockey on NorthfieldLive.com, listening to 95.1 The One KYMN.
banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
Cold weather is here, and that means it's time to stop by and get Witt Brothers Winterization Special. For just $30, you can get your battery, antifreeze, and tires checked. Don't let balding tires cause more slipping and sliding on your way home. Swing by Witt Brothers to get your tires checked and make sure you're ready for the cold by taking advantage of the $30 Winterization Special. For all your automotive maintenance and repair needs, drive to Witt Brothers Service, located at 701 Division Street in downtown Northfield.
The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall. With all of your mailing and printing needs, we can pack it up, ship it out, and get it down the road. Fabricate a sign or a banner. We work hard to know our products. We can find what works for you and set you up with everything you need. The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall, offering solutions for you.
An ice dam is a ridge of ice that forms at the edge of a roof and prevents melting snow from draining off the roof. The water that backs up behind the dam can leak into a home and cause damage to walls, ceilings, insulation, and other areas. This is Beth with Service Master by Hyatt. We can work with your insurance company to restore your property from damages caused by ice dams. Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Hyatt today, 877-945-0993.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
The Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club, off Highway 3 in Northfield.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bress, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time.
At Merchants Bank, we're committed to helping our customers fulfill their hopes and dreams. But what does that look like? It means being there to guide you through financial choices, like tips for maximizing your savings or choosing an affordable mortgage option based on your needs. It means we have digital banking tools to make your life easier. And when you need a local, friendly person to talk to, we're here for you then, too. Join Merchants Bank family today. Visit merchantsbank.com or stop in today.
And we're back here at the Northfield Ice Arena, streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com. Hello to all our fans and friends from around the country. Gordon Moore, Jimmy LaRue, how you doing? Hey, it's 5-1. We're still ahead, but I didn't expect that second period to be what it was at the 5:54 mark. It looked like they were going to get right on top of it, and Caden Munson put them up 5-0. And I think they just kind of shifted their mindset a little bit, and I think they were kind of working that puck around, not going to be the dominating factor. But what happened then at the 14:47 mark was the part that really caught my attention. Was they had a couple of bad turnovers, and then that one especially, Hoover turned it over, the Raiders turned it over in the neutral zone, and Hoover got in behind the defense, got a nice shot, but there was a long rebound out in front, and then Flahan from Red Wing was able to put that in and put their single point on the score. So at the end of 2, it's only 5-1. I would have guessed it would have been more, but...
Yeah, well, coming into that second period, remember, Northfield was on the power play, and I wasn't terribly impressed with the power play effort there. It seemed a little loose. Passes were being missed. There was one shot on goal. Then we seemed to be really taking it to them. I mean, full strength. It looked like a power play, frankly. But Petersmeyer is playing well for Red Wing. We did get the one goal, missed on some other opportunities, and then guard got let down. Hoover beats our D. They crashed the net, knocked one in. Good for Red Wing for hanging in there and not giving up. The shot disparity is still overwhelming, but 5-1 is, it's not completely over. Northfield needs to come out, I think, and just reestablish control. Red Wing looked a little energized after that goal, as you'd expect. Lots of congratulations to their goaltender on a good period at the end of that period. And, I think, again, not getting complacent, not, taking, kind of things for granted. I would expect Northfield probably is getting a bit of an earful in the locker room right now, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing you're going to come out and see probably something similar to what we saw in the first period for the first part of the third. So, good for Red Wing. They stopped the shutout 5-1 going into the third period against a team that's in the top 7 in the state. They're probably feeling all right about that, frankly.
They probably are. And again, outshot 22-5 there in that second period, but nonetheless, they came away with a goal. So they tied the second period. It was 1-1.
Yeah.
So they got to feel, like you say, you got to feel good about that. It's a moral victory, but it's something.
It is, and their goaltender's a senior. He's assistant captain of the team. Obviously, somebody the team has a lot of faith in, and he's showing a lot of poise there under some sustained barrages of shots. I wouldn't say that Northfield played a bad period, but it's like you said, 1-1 going into that third period. So we got a 5-1 lead. Northfield needs to come out and kind of reestablish control. Be good if they can knock a few in, maybe get it to running time and just kind of take care of business for the rest of the game here. Avoid that breakdown, the guy getting behind the D. We've been really great on the blue line tonight. Right. That was a little bit of an aberration there. That kid made a nice play. Give credit to Red Wing for scoring the goal. So, it's... you got to play 3 periods. You got to play the whole deal.
Right.
51 minutes. You can't take off, half a period against, a team that maybe is a state caliber team. So let's see what we see in the first few periods, the first few minutes of that third period. I think that'll tell us a lot.
Well, like I said, from your Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Raiders after 2 lead this contest 5-1. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get our third period underway. And again, just to recap and congratulate the girls victorious over Red Wing this afternoon, 10-1 as they continue their unbeaten streak. And let's see if the Raiders can get their 12th win of the season coming up here in the third period. Listening to Raider Hockey on KYMN 95.1, The One, and AM 1080. Streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be right back.
Savings account from Community Resource Bank can help you save money on medical expenses when used in conjunction with a qualifying high-deductible health plan. And HSA offers the return of a savings account with the convenience of checking, all while earning a competitive interest rate. Stop by one of our locations or visit crb.bank to learn more. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Get your vehicle ready for whatever Minnesota weather throws at you next. Valley Auto House is a full automotive repair shop, collision center, and AAA towing facility. We service all makes and models from full-size diesel trucks to passenger cars. Serving the people of Northfield is our #1 goal. We do that by offering quick repairs, fair prices, and efficient communication from the time you walk in the door to when we hand you your keys back. Go Raiders from all of us at Valley Auto House, located on Highway 3 South in Northfield. Open 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And find us at valleyautohouse.net.
As the year comes to a close, we begin to reflect on all we've done throughout the year, and we're looking forward to all this new year has to bring. At Northfield Retirement Community, we are proud of the work we've done supporting our residents, staff, family, and friends throughout the year. We'd like to wish everyone a very happy and prosperous new year. Northfield Retirement Community. Innovation, choice, tradition.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
Northfield Insurance offers more than just home and auto. They offer business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and bonds as well. They have a combined 147 years of experience across 6 employees to make sure that you are getting the best possible insurance for your exact needs. Not only will they protect what's yours, they'll make sure that you're cared for like family. Find out how you can get the right insurance for you at nfldins.com or by calling 507-645-8861. Northfield Insurance Agency. They've got you covered.
What if you could choose to make a positive difference in the lives of others just by where you choose to bank? When you bank with Hometown Credit Union, you are participating in a not-for-profit cooperative. We proudly reinvest into our communities through free financial education to people of all ages. We believe people can make better money decisions when equipped with the financial knowledge they need. Learn more about how you can join Hometown to make a difference and support our financial education outreach at www.hometowncu.coop.
Sports has the best selection of merch for kids and adults alike, with Carlton, St. Olaf, and Raider hats, hoodies, and letter jackets. Champion Sports has it all. Champion Sports even offers custom printing for sports teams and businesses. Champion Sports has a good selection of sporting goods for hockey, baseball, swimming, lacrosse, and pickleball. Champion Sports has great shoe brands like Brooks and Adidas to give you that competitive edge. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to know when the latest gear is in stock. Gear up like a champion at Champion Sports.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
Borrowing money is a big deal, and Community Resource Bank is ready to help. When you're buying a car, purchasing a home, or fixing up your existing home, Community Resource Bank has answers for all your loan and mortgage questions. As an integral part of Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville communities, Community Resource Bank offers online solutions for business, residential, investment, and other lending accounts. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. As you can see, we have 17 seconds on the clock in the third period, and out comes the two hockey teams. Now, I'm guessing, because Mike Luckraft's been on the bench for the last couple of minutes, I'm guessing the captains were probably in the locker room giving a word or two of advice, and Red Wing just approaching the ice now as well, and probably taking every opportunity to get their legs rested.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would suspect that the Northfield captains were having a team discussion with their team about maintaining focus, concentration, not letting down, not prematurely taking the foot off the gas pedal, and just finishing the game up, not letting things get sloppy.
Well, third period about ready to get going here on KYMN and AM 1080, 95.1 to 1, and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors this evening for bringing us this opportunity to prevent performance here with NorthfieldLive.com, and able to get Gordon Moore in here, get him off his chair and get him in here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great night for it, frankly. What was that, like 8 degrees when we came in tonight?
It was, but I think the wind chills were still below zero. So definitely a nice night to sit and watch a little hockey.
Yeah, watching the Baltimore game this afternoon. I mean, it was cold in Baltimore. My God, the 11-degree wind chill. I think a lot of parts of the country right now are feeling our weather. Supposed to warm up this week, I think.
And Houston, it was 19 degrees in Houston earlier this week as well. So it's just been a cold snap all across the country. I believe Baltimore winning that contest against Houston today.
Yes.
And the Green Bay Packers trailing 7-6 at half.
Yes.
Against San Francisco. 16:50, we're underway here in the third period, and Red Wing will try to clear their zone, which they've been trying to do all night long, and they've just had a hard time. Ramstead, again, tries to clear it, can't do it. He'll grab a hold of the puck. Raiders will hold it in. They'll fire it across the middle. Munson taken off of his stick. This one's pushed right out in front. This is the first attack by Wooden, and pickpocketed right in behind him by the Raiders, and they'll try to hold it in, and just a smoking hard hat as Frank just destroys Marcus Freiholt. Munson pass across the middle, and he just misses an opportunity there. That one's deflected off as Cashin again with a nice pass coming off of Munson right in front of the crease. An opportunity there missed briefly as Riley will take control of that puck. They'll try to check him in the boards, and he'll just skate right around and behind them. Munson will pick it up in behind the net, looking for Frank across. Now there's Riley across there in the crease right there. Now the Raiders will pick it up in behind, tries to get a little backhand, tripped out in front. There's a shot on goal. That was deflected and sent all the way to the far corner. Picked up across the middle. There's a wrister right out in front, again by Ben Geiger. There's another shot off the pad, and Red Wing will try to clear the zone, and it'll go right in through the Northfield's end. In hot pursuit is Ramstead. Ramstead trying to hold it in, but it'll be picked up and dumped in behind the net as Riley picks it up. He can't control it. Comes off his stick. Now he'll take it, regain control, fires it all the way up to Geiger. Geiger dumping past the breaking Kaiser across the middle. He's got the puck out in front. There's a centering pass, and that one's taken away. Winner with the shot. What a shot from the point there. That one is deflected and all the way down to the corner. Nice shot there by Pumper. Pumper trying to hold the puck in. Sends it down in behind. Kaiser crashes in the board. Centering pass out in front. There's a rebound. Another rebound out in front. And just cleared barely by Red Wing. Whiteman pushes the puck down. He'll try to hold it in the zone. Sends it all and over. Now they're going to say that they're offsides. So the Raiders are going to clear. And they're going to wave that from there. And they'll have to re-stroked themselves out in front, and then now it'll be picked up by Red Wing. Taken in by Carson Frank. Dumped into the zone. Picked up there by Anderson. Anderson tries to hold it in. Raiders take it right back away from him. Geiger will take it all the way down that left side. Pass across the middle. Centering pass to Winter. He can't get a stick on it. Nice pass across the middle for a breaking Winter. And unfortunately, he just couldn't get a stick on it. 14:26 remaining. Third period. Raiders on top. 5-1. Kaiser fires it across. Stick to stick. Winter over to Frank. Frank across the middle. Just misses Kaiser breaking through the slot there. Kaiser will pick the puck up, and the Raiders will have to dump back and regroup, and they're going to call offsides as Winter, kind of skating back to the bench. He was going to get something for his helmet or something, but they got him anyhow. Good. So we'll have a stoppage of play, and we'll face off to the right of Petersmeyer as 14:09 remaining here in the second period.
Some good tape-to-tape passing there, Jimmy. We don't have the goal to show for it, but there's a number 9 in the penalty box for Red Wing, Carson Frank, at the 14:09 mark, going 2 minutes. And so we're on a Raider power play.
Third period. Number 9, Carson Frank, 2 minutes for elbowing.
All right, 2 minutes for throwing the elbows around. Well, Raiders are usually a 1 for 3, and this is their third power play. They have scored once on a power play in the first period here. From the top of the circle, now Ben Geiger will send it down to Riley up underneath. Back to the top of the circle. Skated all the way around to the near boards. Back over to the other side. Now from the point, shot on goal right into Petersmeyer's glove. So not a lot of attacking there on that goal there, taking it from the high side of things instead of working things down in and getting a shot on goal with a nice rebound or something like that. But we got a minute 24 remaining here in the power play for Northfield.
Yeah, second power play line coming out for Northfield. Kaiser, Geiger, and number 13, Will Cashin on the forward lines.
Cashin with a nice shot, Munson with a wrister for the top and a swat there. A nice grab there by Petersmeyer. He saw that one all the way, and that was a nice recovery there as a nice wrist shot from Munson.
Yeah, real nice shot there. Munson moving to a defensive position on the power play.
Frank will take it from the top. Kaiser from the right side, centering pass back out in front for Frank. He whiffs on it, and that'll go all the way down into the corner. Picked up by Munson, all the way to the near circle. Now to the point, back to the left. Munson dumps it down, centering pass across the middle. Geiger right over the top of his stick, right out in front. Frank, shot, rebound out front. Picked up by, it looks like Cashin. Cashin again. Opportunity to score for Cashin, and he just can't cash in. Munson back to Frank at the point. He'll take the shot across the middle. He'll go in behind the net. Chasing it is Geiger. Kaiser holding it in at the top. He'll fire it across. Munson. Shot on goal right into Petersmeyer's glove again with 33 seconds remaining here in the power play. Raiders getting a couple shots on goal anyhow, and Petersmeyer's taking care of business.
Yeah, good pressure by Northfield there, but Petersmeyer was up to the task. Nice passing. I sense it's going to happen this shift, Jimmy.
Facing off to Petersmeyer. Right side to the top of the circle. Down to that left hash. Right out in front, he shoots, he scores! Finally, Geiger with the rebound. And there at the 4:37 mark, 4:27 mark, the Raiders again put it up 6-1.
Nice goal by Jake Geiger off the rebound there. And yeah, it was just a matter of time with that power play. That was the third face-off, third line, and showed real nice puck movement, making it 6-1 Raiders at the 12:33 mark of the third period. Nice goal. We'll get the announcement in a minute here, but that was a Jake Geiger special.
Geiger's second goal on the night, 16th on the season, 36th point.
For the Raiders on the power play at 4:27. Number 11, Jake Geiger. The assist went to number 13, Will Cashin, and number 20, Caden Monson. Geiger from Cashin and Monson on your Raider power play goal.
6-1 in favor of the Northfield Raiders from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. 12:03 to go here, third period. Another goal. We'll get some running time going in this afternoon, but I think Red Wing has something to say about that. They've shown some good fight this evening. They have not given up at all yet. Raiders will dump it all the way into the Red Wing zone. Whiteman chasing after it down in the corner. Now it's going to get picked up briefly by Pumper, and that puck will come to the top. Rand will push it all the way back down. In hot pursuit there is Peterson. Peterson now picked up by Lovett. Lovett pass across the middle, and it came off the skate of Quinzer. Had a breakaway going there for a second, and he just bounced off his skate and disappeared into the Northfield zone.
Yep, didn't see it coming, so it'll be a ice for Red Wing face-off back in the Red Wing zone, and Petersmeyer is getting his money's worth tonight, to say the least.
54 shots on goal for the Northfield Raiders. Puck will come out to the top as they control the face-off. Geiger was going to take another one of those wristers from the top, and they came off the edge of his stick. Northfield will try to control the puck, and they do so as they'll take it back in their own zone, forwarding pass to Ben Geiger. He will push it all the way up into the Red Wing zone. Stewart, drop pass into the corner. Picked up right up front, and there's a shot out in front, and that one's broken up, and great save by Petersmeyers there as Becker with a nice centering pass out there, and Stewart with an opportunity for a goal this evening. There's another shot, and that one's off the stick and up and over into the net it goes. So young Mr. Bridger Riley fires one from that right circle, and that one's deflected up and out, and we'll have a face-off again in the Red Wing zone.
Yeah, Stewart had a point-blank shot there. Nice save by the goalie for Red Wing, Petersmeyer.
So we've got 10:47 remaining, 6-1 in favor of the Northfield Raiders. It'll be Geiger versus Wooden in the face-off, and the Raiders come around with it. Rand at the top. Tries to send it down to Geiger to that right circle just off his stick. Centering pass out front. Kaiser whiffs on that one. And Red Wing tries to clear, but they can't. Held in by Kaiser. He'll take it around. Backhand out in front. Broken up. Stick comes loose off the ice. Raiders try to hold it in for Rand. He'll dump it up over the top to Kaiser. Kaiser skating in. Shot across the middle. That one broken up by Petersmeyer. Goes all the way to the far boards. Now they'll bring it back over here to Rand. Rand from the circle. And he's got Geiger out in front. And he just about got his head taken off there as he tries to deflect that one. And that one goes up and over and into the glass as the Raiders will come away with it again. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the third period. Raiders still in the Red Wing zone as Kaiser gets taken off of his stick a little bit there. Puck goes across the middle. Rand with a shot. Just misses wide right of the goal there. There was an opportunity. There was a hole there up at the top. And that one just went right blasting right past for Rand. He'll dump it all the way back in. That'll hit and deflect up and out. A couple of guys colliding there. It's Rand. And they got a couple of words to say. Kaiser. So both Kaiser and it looks like Ethan Anderson and number 25 is Landon Ramstead. They all got some words to say with each other. Kaiser chirping back and forth, so is Ramden right there too. So getting a little chippy here in the third period.
Conversation there continued on the skate to the bench. Might be worth keeping an eye on that, looking for.
You know, like, okay, you're up 6-1. You can't get retaliatory penalties. You can't get minors or majors or anything like that and then put yourself in a situation. There's a wraparound right there, a save out in front of the crease, and then another shot by Munson, and he falls down through the middle, couldn't get a stick on it. Now we got guys all over the ice here as Munson tries to hold it in for Northfield, and Turner trying to clear that thing up and out of there, and finally does. But it's going to be racing for it as Boardman. Boardman will pick it up, hit the brakes, turn around, and he'll come out. He'll try skating it up the left side, up the boards. Broken up by Red Wing. Dumped into the zone. Picked up by Munson. Munson, he'll try to clear the zone. Picking the pocket down here is Cashin. Cashin skates to the middle. Forward pass to Munson. That one's intercepted there by Turner as he clears the zone. Northfield will pick it up. Ben Geiger sends it all the way across to the other side of the ice for Riley. Riley's trying to skate through. Gets taken. Nice little forecheck there by Red Wing. Red Wing picks the puck up with 8:35 to go here in the third period. Raiders on top 6-1. Riley will pick it up. We'll have an icing call. We'll bring it all the way back to the other end and a full line change for both teams with 8:30 remaining here in the third period.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Luckcraft would like to get that seventh goal on the board here and kind of move this thing along to the finish without something happening like you indicated, Jimmy.
So we're on a good pace right now. We've just been about 2.5 hour and a half here, so it's we've been a decent pace here. Started at about 7:25. It's 9:05 now, so a nice pace nonetheless. Even not too many, no penalties in the second period, so that kind of helps things there a little bit. And now it'll be Benjamin who tries to push it into the Red Wing zone. They'll fire it in, and then he'll come out and he'll head to the bench. A couple of guys will make a quick change real quick as Luckcraft makes a couple of quick player changes there. Down that left side goes Peterson for Red Wing, but it's picked up by Riley right away. Stick check there by Lovett. Lovett pushes it all the way in before it's picked up by Doyle. Doyle loses control of it. Now it'll be Pumper. Drop pass there. Geiger centering pass across the middle. Pumper looks like he took a stick or something right in the chops, but he recovers well. He'll take a shot from that left side. He's got at the top of the point. He'll bring it up to Frank for the shot. Shot's deflected out in front, up and over. Petersmeyer puts a glove on it, and then he kind of releases it. Looks like we got some sticks stuck in there a little bit, and he got hit pretty hard when he was he went down to make the save, and we had a bunch of people sliding in on top of him there.
Yeah, the ref gave him a couple pats on the head there for good measure. Complimentary pats.
All right, well, the Raiders on top 6-1, 7:25 remaining here in the third period as Munson faces off, loses it, but then recovers for the Raiders. Pumper at the top, and he will then drop past that one to Becker. Back to Frank, across the middle, right out in front, off the pad, backhand from Munson, and another good save by Petersmeyer. So Petersmeyer keeping him here in the game here in third period.
Great save, flashed the leather there, point blank shot by Munson, and he snapped it with that glove hand.
So we've got almost 10 minutes gone by in the third period, and Red Wing is yet to put a shot on goal as the Raiders lead this one 6-1. They can't clear the zone. Trying to clear the zone. Munson, hard hit in the corner, and that puck comes loose. Now it'll be a race as Kyle Jewski was getting after it, but Frank beat him to it, and he'll bring that up and out of there. Puck will go all the way in behind the net for Red Wing. Picked up by the Raiders. Centering pass out front. Munson. Shot. Rand. Broken. Deflected out in front of there. Down the other side. Jarmus takes it into the Northfield zone. He'll take a shot. That will be deflected up and off into the near boards. Doesn't go into the netting, so we'll continue to play. There's a shot on goal for Red Wing, but that one comes all the way off. Deep rebound out to the neutral zone as they clear it and dump it into the Red Wing zone. Picked up there by Finholt. Finholt fires it all the way over here to Frank. Frank tries to clear it. Raiders keep it in. Geiger taking off the puck in the near corner. Hit hard into the corner. They are getting physical over here as Wooden. Geiger comes away with it, though, as he tries to skid up. It's on that right slot there, but it's broken up. Now we're going to have something, and we are going to have a penalty on the play here, and I'm believing it's going to be against Red Wing.
Yes, indeed. 24, Nick Wooden for Red Wing going for the slash at 5:56 remaining in the third period.
Well, they probably don't want to do that because...
No. If you're Red Wing, you do not want to be... I mean, frankly, the whole third period's felt like Northfield's been on the power play, so
right.
This is not going to be good for Red Wing.
All right, well, let's see if they can get a power play goal here. Frank out on the top of the circle. One-man advantage here down that left side. Centering pass out front. Tries to get a backhand as Geiger out front, but that was broken up temporarily by Red Wing. Back to the point. Munson to Frank. Down to that right circle for Kaiser, and that one is busted up hard by Finholt. Kaiser recovers, sends it down to the left side to Munson. Kaiser's going to set up down in that circle again. From that point, Frank to the left circle. Pass broken up. Munson controlling the puck at the top. Frank will hold it in, fires it on point. It'll be a rebound out in front. Cashin with an opportunity for the rebound. That one's broken up. Petersmeyer with the save. Munson with the puck. 1 minute, 7 seconds to go here in the power play for Northfield. Frank out on the top. Munson fires hard, and that one goes off the stick and deflected out in behind the net as the Raiders will pick it back up. Kaiser coming in from the right side. He loses the stick just briefly. They'll give it back to him, and he still loses it again as it hops over the top of his stick. He'll skate in behind, wrap around out there, right out in front of the right circle, and that one is broken up. Frank with an opportunity. He'll skate it in behind, try to fire one out in front. The net comes off again, and we'll have a stoppage of play and a face-off in the Red Wing end with 40 seconds remaining in the power play to Northfield.
We're up to a 62-9 shot disparity in favor of Northfield, and that really does encapsulate how this period is felt. Petersmeyer has kept Red Wing in this game. The fact that this is not in run time right now, he deserves a lot of credit for that.
I mean, there was 45 shots, so they're out shooting them 17-1 here in the period. So yeah, I mean 6-1. You get now shot 62-9. Yeah, Petersmeyer. He should be. I mean, they may lose this game, but I tell you what, hats off to that young man, because there's save number 63 right there.
Yep. He's doing a nice job for Red Wing. And, you can tell a lot about a team, about how you play and how you act when there's adversity. And I see a lot of positives for Red Wing. They're competing. They're not giving up. They're skating hard. Give them credit for that.
And if you saw, there's a shot across the middle, deflection across the crease as Stewart sends that one in the near corner. Riley, he'll pick that up with 20 seconds remaining in the power play. From the left circle, rebound, and Kennelly with the score puts them up 7-1 in the third period.
That was about as nice a goal as you could imagine for Griffin Kennelly off the rebound there, making it 7-1 with 4:10 left in the third period. We'll find out who gets the assists on that, but Kennelly getting congratulations all the way back to the bench just to tap in right in front of Petersmeyer. He had no chance on that one.
No, the rebound came off of the initial shot, and yes, indeed, Kennelly right in the perfect spot, and no saving there. So 64 shots on goal, 7 of them going in, and the time will start to run, and it'll run until either Red Wing scores or the contest is
on the
over.
Power at 12:50. Number 21, Griffin Kennelly. Assist with the number 2, Ben Geiger. And number 4, Bridger Riley. Kennelly from Geiger and Riley on your Raider power play goal.
Boardman with his shot on goal goes in behind. A nice little opportunity there again, as well as Whiteman had a chance to get a stick on it, and it just goes right in behind the boards. Red Wing still being extremely physical. Boardman tries to hold it up, comes off his stick. Now we got a 2-on-1 going back the other way, but the errant pass goes right past Quinzer, and it is picked up by Boardman in the Northfield zone, and they'll try to push it up a bit into theirs. Becker will push it into the zone. Now it'll go off the stick of Petersmeyer. Picked up again by Northfield. Whiteman with the puck in behind the net, continuing to pursue hard here in the third period. Ran from the top, now back down across ice. Missed by Pumper. Pumper Pax was in behind him, so Rand will pick it up, and they'll skate it all the way back into the Northfield zone. 2:50 remaining here. Third period. Northfield leading this one 7-1 from your Northfield, or from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Centering pass, Rand. He sees a shot. That was deflected out in front. Nice defensive move by Zlatin. Got a stick on it right out in front there. Deflected that shot by Rand. Going the other way. They'll turn it around. Geiger into Munson. Munson will pick it back up. Bradley. Munson down the right side. He'll skid it right up the middle. Now he goes far to the right. Now he's bringing around. Across the middle. Nice save again. And now down on the ice they go. And we'll have a stoppage of play here. And another nice save by Petersmeyer as Munson goes right around the corner. And another nice opportunity for Munson to get it on the scoreboard with 2:05 and counting on the board.
Yeah, real aggressive power move from Caden Munson. Took that right around the Red Wing defenseman and crashed into the net. Face-off is being brought out into center ice.
Face-off, Northfield. Red Wing comes away for it temporarily. It'll be Ben Geiger checking them into the boards. Raiders coming away with it. Frank, 1:39 to go. Skating hard. There's a pass across the middle. Kaiser getting in behind here. Little dump pass here. Nope, just poke check there just a second. And now he'll come away with it at the point. Raiders setting up. Shot towards the goal. Breaking for the net was Geiger, as he is taken out in the crease out there. Red Wing trying to clear it. Now it's Geiger. Pass across the middle. Kaiser with a shot. Rebound out front. Can't get the stick on it. Again, another opportunity. Kaiser for now. Winner in behind the net. Looking for that centering pass, and he's got Kaiser. Kaiser with a shot, and that's deflected off of the goalie's chest. And now it'll go all the way in behind. Just under a minute to go here. Frank at the top. Geiger. He'll take one from that circle, and he just tries to force one to the left of the goalie, but the nice save again by Petersmeyer as he keeps that one out of the net. 45 seconds remaining. Geiger from the right-hand side, pass across the middle, right out front, and another opportunity right in the crease, right out front. He knew it, but he couldn't get a stick on it. It was Munson again, and they'll continue to run the clock here, and we may have the last face-off of the night just to the left of Petersmeyer.
That was a nice save. That was a Fleury save right there. Sliding across, reaching back, and grabbing the puck. Nice job.
So they are going to face off just the left, and that is probably going to end it right there. Frank trying to get one last shot before the buzzer runs out. Red Wing will clear it. It'll go all the way to the other end. They'll hold up on it. Red Wing still getting after it. Puck goes to the center neutral ice. Becker will pick it up. That'll end it. Raiders win this contest 7-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll recap our game summary coming up here and our cleanup from Hyatt.
Your morning with the KYMN Morning Show. This is Jeff Johnson. Join me each weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. when I talk with local people making news. Rich Larson has the area's most comprehensive and up-to-date newscasts. Weather specialist Bob Matheson will have your forecast. And Tim McNiff joins us for news with a side of sports. Find out what's happening in your community by listening to 95.1 FM, AM 1080, or online at kymnradio.net. KYMN 95 The One.
Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. This opportunity gives students a chance to get real-life experience and build their writing skills. Working at Northfield Live isn't just about the on-screen coverage. The reports and stories about games, athletes, and coaches are just as important as broadcasting the game itself. If you or someone you know might be interested in learning how to write stories about local high school sports, we encourage you to call, text, or email us at the Northfield Live page anytime. From all of us at Northfield Live, go Raiders!
An ice dam is a ridge of ice that forms at the edge of a roof and prevents melting snow from draining off the roof. The water that backs up behind the dam can leak into a home and cause damage to walls, ceilings, insulation, and other areas. This is Beth with Service Master by Hyatt. We can work with your insurance company to restore your property from damages caused by ice dams. Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master by Hyatt today, 877-945-0993.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Post-game cleanup brought to you by Service Master by Hyatt. When disaster strikes, demand the yellow van. Not unsurprising, Northfield wins this one 7-1. They outshot them 68-9. I got to give Petersmeyer, the goalie for Red Wing, goal. I mean, they did lose it 7-1, but when you get 68 shots fired on you, he actually held them in the game. This game could have been
could have been 14-15. Yeah, he did a very good job. Look at those shots on goal. We had 22 or 23 shots on goal every period. A lot of the game. I mean, the Raiders scored 3 power play goals, but frankly, a lot of the game looked like Northfield was on the power play. Petersmeyer held himself in there, and Red Wing really played with a lot of composure. I've seen a lot of lopsided games in high school hockey, and it can turn pear-shaped and kind of ugly quick, and this didn't go that direction. Right. I mean, they're a little chirping, but they're rivals. You expect that. So Red Wing, plays with passion, and they play hard. They just aren't as skilled as the Raiders, and that's the reality, or as deep. And Coach Schluckcraft has a really good team, and I think tonight went pretty much as I think you had hoped it would have gone.
Right.
Solid win.
Well, the Raiders came out in that first period, like I said, and they kind of set the pace. It was at the 6:33 mark, so it took them a few minutes into that first period before Cam Kaiser finally got his first goal of the evening there. 7 minutes later, it was Jake Geiger on a rebound there and put him up 2-0. And then it was just 10 seconds later, Ben Geiger got a blast from the point as well and put him up 3-0. And then 2 minutes later, Andrew Winter with another rebound to put him up 4-0. And then they ended up with a penalty there in that first period. So they outshot him 23-3 in the first period. They're up 4-0. We thought for sure this is just going to be a runaway. And then in the second period, things kind of tamed down. No penalties at all. And it was at the 5:54 mark that Caden Munson was able to score, put him up 5-0. And then they kind of slipped up a little bit, little turnover in the neutral ice, and it was Landon Flan at the 14:47 made it 5-1. And that ended the second period with they outshot them 22-5 in that second period. And then there was penalty plays again for Red Wing. They got a couple of penalties there in the contest, and of course that resulted in a power play goal by Jake Geiger with the 4:27 mark to put him up 6-1. And then another penalty at 11:04. Allowing the Raiders to again score 3 out of 4 power plays to put their 7th goal in as Griffin Kennelly on a great rebound out in front put them up 7-1, and they outshot them 23-1 in the third period. So that's a game wrap there. That kind of tells you kind of how the coach said, I got to stay out of penalty.
Yes.
And they got 3 out of 4 penalties, and they scored on them.
Yeah, the Wingers could not afford to be giving Northfield power plays, and Northfield cashed in on them, did a really good job taking care of business in that respect. And, tonight I think you showed the difference between these two teams. I mean, you could see Northfield set up shop in Red Wing zone, and they cycled, and they were moving the puck, and the defensemen, and, frankly, when Red Wing would come down, it was usually one shot, maybe 2, but rarely more than 1. And that's just the skill and the ability of the Northfield team. So yeah, I think the stats do tell a story. Petersmeyer kept Red Wing competitive. I agree that second period was 1-1. It was, it felt like it was a little more level, but the depth and some of those penalties, I think the last one was a frustration penalty. Others, I think, people are just getting tired. When you're chasing the puck and you're chasing the game, that's when those trips and hooks happen. So nothing egregious there at all. Northfield did a nice job of avoiding the penalty box.
Yeah,
as we talked
absolutely they
about.
did.
Yeah.
So they get their 12th win. They're 12-1-2 on the season, and they will be taking on Mankato East on Tuesday nights, which you can hear on KYMN and here on NorthfieldLive.com as well. We'll bring you that. It's scheduled for a 7:15 puck drop, but plan on 7:25, peeps. We have yet to do a game that we've dropped the puck at 7:15. It just hasn't happened.
Well, it's usually good for me because I'm usually running 5 minutes late anyway, so that works out well. But yeah, the East Cougars are going to come to town. They are right now sitting what looks like 8-7-1 overall, 3-4 in the conference, and yeah, I expect that to be a competitive game. That'll be, the East is going to come here looking for, I think, a little revenge. I think we beat them, if I'm not mistaken, earlier this year, we won 4-1 at Mankato East back in December. So this should be a competitive game. I suspect memories will be long from the first one, and Northfield's going to need to show up. They've got some really challenging tests coming up on their schedule. They're playing St. Cloud Cathedral, perennially one of the better teams in the state, Class A, and then a big showdown with Winona coming up here on January 30th at Mankato West, and then we have Rochester Century, John Marshall here on February 3rd, and that's going to be a big game. That one could be for all the enchiladas, so to speak, in the Big Nine Conference.
Well, we got a doubleheader Tuesday coming up. Tuesday night, January 23rd, boys hockey versus Mankato East here on Northfield Live and on KYMN. And then, of course, girls basketball versus Faribault at 7:30 on Tuesday night. From your Heritage Bank scoreboard, your Raiders are victorious, 7-1, getting their 12th victory. Special thank you to Joey Hudson along with Howie Reister on camera tonight. And, of course, to my sidekick, Gordon Moore, thank you very much. Jimmy
Thank you,
LaRue
Jimmy.
bidding you adieu. Have a great night. Raiders win 7-1. We'll be back with more on Northfield Live.